This is The Bad Listener with Danny Stroh.
Yeah, so I was saying about the collection, I kind of got carried away with it though, because it becomes like a type of thing where every album that comes out that I love, like, oh, I gotta buy it on vinyl, oh, I gotta buy it on vinyl, oh, I gotta buy it on vinyl, and then you start like really, and then I never even open them. So I think that's what bothers my wife the most is I barely even listen to them because we have everything on online.
Yeah, it's easier to do it that way anyway.
And then I'm like, but then if I open it, it drops in value.
Yeah, oh yeah, is it like
Oh, yeah.
it's like Pokemon cards?
Oh yeah, of course. People want unopened.
Unopened.
You know,
Unopened
they
everything.
don't want something that's been played 100 times.
Yeah.
Theoretically, they say it loses value every time you play it
Because of
the
the damage.
needle like takes like a tiny bit off every time you or however you want to describe it. But like, you know, the least amount of times it's been played, the better.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
But
right. But it's a good habit to have. Collecting these. These are good. This is an investment.
Yeah.
It's an investment.
I plugged it in. There's a website where you can track your collection and plug it in, and it like tells you the value or like around value because I'm not
Okay.
putting in condition. I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, there's a crease on. So I just like put them all in, and they're like, well, it ranges from 35,000 to 80,000. And I'm like,
That's great.
it's more than my car.
You see, you don't even need
But I
to
mean,
trade stocks anymore.
that would be like if I pieced them out and sold them one by one, and you know, it's.
Yeah, that'd be time consuming.
I don't think anyone would give me an offer that high for it all at once. You know.
Do you believe that it sounds fuller? It has a different sound to it when you play the.
It definitely has. I mean, I think it's preference. I don't know. I like the way it sounds on vinyl, but I
Okay.
mean, some people might not. I
Yeah.
mean,
I thought
think-
that was the appeal. I thought it was like
well, it's not. It is.
right.
Well, the appeal for me was I wanted something physical. Like, you know, I was like, and then when I grew up, I would used to buy CDs, but they
CDs
don't
was-
last. They
no, they don't.
scratch, then
They're
they
terrible.
they get too hot, it just peels apart. I mean, they don't last.
Yeah.
So I was like, these, I mean, they'll last forever. You
It's
know,
definitely,
I've got some from the 50s and 60s that still play.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little bit more of a situation where everything's lasting for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I used to do the lighter trick with the CD. Did you ever do that?
Oh, wait, whoa.
You
To
know
do
the-
what, though?
So like a CD essentially is a plastic disc,
Right.
and that top piece is just a sticker.
Is the film, but
Is
that's
the
what
film.
it reads. That's what
It reads, right? But it's on top. It's not
Right.
on the bottom.
Right,
So,
right,
so
right.
the plastic would get scratched up.
That's what's right. Okay.
So what you would do is you would take a lighter, and you would heat up the plastic, and push down the scratches, and it would fix the CDs.
What do you mean push it into what?
Like push it into itself, like compress it, so this way it melts into the scratches, and the scratches, like any little scratches it would have, would disappear, and it would play.
You know,
So-
I feel like I've heard people tell me that, and I don't think I've ever tried it,
You got to heat it up to a point, like it has to get hot.
but not too hot.
Not too hot. Yeah. I've actually had some burns on my CDs, but they still played.
It's dripping.
Not that bad. Not that bad. It's a big lighter. It's not a torch.
No, I know.
We used to. I used to fix my CDs all the time like that. But like trying to keep albums together, and it was a pain in the ass. I would always like drop it, and it would break. That little tail piece would break where the.
Oh
cover was on.
yeah. And
It
those
was constant.
that was another thing that they never lasted. That plastic was
Almost.
it become dist-
I mean, tape decks might have been the best thing, considering besides like a box eating the actual tape on you, like in terms of like keeping something forever.
right.
You know what I mean? I would say records
Maybe.
first, then the tape deck, and then obviously CDs last.
I mean, 8-track were probably even better than that, right?
Yeah, right. Do you ever have an 8-track
No,
player?
no.
My mom gave me her old stereo, had the little piece.
Oh,
for the
yeah.
8-track. I had no 8-tracks. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
like-
no, I never. I was gonna say I didn't even know what they were probably until I was older and heard about them. But
yeah.
it was all cassettes and CDs when I was growing up.
What was your first cassette?
No, I don't even think. I mean, my parents had cassettes, I should say. I never bought a cassette. I think I started off buying CDs. Like I said, my first CD I probably bought was Follow the Leader.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so because that was like the first band or music in general that I like really got into.
Okay. Right.
Like I think before that, my exposure to music was like my dad playing classic rock on the radio, and like that was it. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't really know anything else.
At least you got classic rock. I got 10-10 wins.
That's
all,
tough.
That's all it was.
That's hard to dance to.
It was terrible. It's terrible. That's all he listened to. At least you got classic rock. I was
Well, you know what it was though. The whole thing with my dad, like listening to classic rock, because I was old. The only thing he played was 104.3, and like when he would home, you put on CDs, but it was still classic Guns N' Roses or whatever.
Right.
But it like made me hate it. I don't know why, and like
dad rock.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just because he liked it, because that kind of doesn't make sense, but maybe it does. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it's just the fact that it was all I heard. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
repetitive.
I didn't, right.
Repetitive.
Like, at the same
you're
genre over and over again, where I'm like, all right, I'm sick of this type of thing.
This is purgatory.
Yeah.
And I'm stuck here forever.
I don't know which it was, or maybe it's a combination of both. But the funny part is, like, I hated it, you know, and then, like, I guess I'm trying to think. Follow Leader came out when I was 9, I guess. So that was when I started listening to music on my own.
Okay.
When I got to high school, so when I was like 14, 15, I got back into classic rock, like hardcore. And really only because I had friends who did. And I remember
you were like, I know all these songs.
Yeah, I remember my friend's like, oh, he's like, yeah, we're listening to 104.3, you know, I'm playing Led Zeppelin. And I'm like, yeah, you like that? And I'm like, yeah, it's great. And I'm like, I know it. I'm like, I don't know if I would say I like it. And then I remember, like, they got me back, and I started doing, like, deep dives on Led Zeppelin, and then I wound up getting a Led Zeppelin tattoo on my chest, obviously. But, yeah, that became one of my favorite bands after that. It's funny how that works. Like, it comes back around.
Oh, what? Like the swing and, like, you
Well, I mean, just for, like, I don't know. I guess.
It's nostalgic.
Yeah. Well, no, I know it's nostalgic. I think classic rock is.
Well, I meant for your own life, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a piece of your father. Almost.
Right, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm saying beyond that, it's just good music. Like,
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
solid
You know what I mean?
music.
Yeah,
You can't take away the hits.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hit for a reason. And that's the thing, because it becomes timeless.
Right.
So therefore, you could just listen to it.
Right.
And you know, I mean, there's some songs that I have. My first tape deck was Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood, Sex, and Magic.
Nice.
My father gave it to me.
That's probably the best album.
And I don't even know. I want to say 10.
Yeah.
I want to say 10, and I'm stretching there. I really don't even know.
Yeah.
But I remember listening. I would have that thing on repeat.
Yeah.
And then CD-wise, I think the first rock CD I ever bought was Godsmack, the first album. I had that, and Jay-Z, Dynasty album, DMX, and then there was XCD. Those were like the...
those were the hits back then.
That was it.
That was the time for
That was like, those were my first CDs.
Yeah.
That was it. I was obsessed.
I'm trying. I think my first CD was followed. I think my second CD was Marshall Mathers. I think.
Damn.
If I remember. Oh no, actually, I'm wrong. I think it was Significant Other by Limp Bizkit. I think that was my second one. Oh, actually, now you know what? Now I'm starting to remember all the ones I bought. I also bought though Kid Rock, Devil Without a Cause.
Great album.
Great
album.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
his
loving
best
it.
album.
Yeah, his best album. And again, I think nostalgic more than anything.
I think it's got like 3 or 4 good songs on it.
But for the time, you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, was it 1990? It had to be
Dude,
1997.
Ball with the Ball was on the radio. Nah, that was back when the
Stop.
K-Rock. I mean, that song was.
I remember the VMAs.
Yeah.
And he sung it at the VMAs with the church choir.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah.
It was a wild time. I was like, this is it.
Because they had them do the ball with the ball.
Yeah. Remember that? Oh man, yeah. That his Kango hat, fucking red Adidas pants, green fucking shirt.
Yeah. He wore some ridiculous stuff. He's a character, man.
Yeah. He was like, I don't know where he's from. He's from Detroit, right?
Yeah. Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think Detroit. Definitely Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, those. I remember those specifically. I don't know if there were any others, but then I remember getting into like I went from that genre of metal, and then got big into like hip hop, right? And I mean, I think I was like getting into hip hop before Eminem really came around.
Okay.
But after Eminem, I think like I was just like all hip hop for me from then for a while.
Yeah, you get stuck in the genre, especially at that age. You know, especially when we were growing up, it's almost an identity.
Yeah.
Borderline. I mean, especially, adolescence, right? That's like 13. Like, you're just starting.
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
I found Eminem super late. I found him like maybe about 6 months after the Marshall Mathers LP came out, and I was like, oh, I remember this guy from that one video.
Oh, you don't. Oh, I was
And
gonna
then
say,
my
yeah.
friend put me on, and it was like one night, 8th grade, and we just listened to the entire album on repeat, and I was hooked. And it was over, and that was like a big thing. I was like, holy shit, you know?
Yeah, I remember when the Slim Shady LP came out because they had that "My Name Is Everywhere."
Yeah, which it was like I saw it on MTV, but like I didn't really pay any mind to it.
I thought it was cool. I mean, when I started listening to other stuff on the record, I obviously was like way more into that. I mean, like I think like "Guilty Conscious" was one of my favorite songs, and "Role Model" and all those songs on that album.
Role Model was a great song on that album.
And then I think he did the song "Forgot About Dre" before Marshall Mathers LP came out. I believe that was because that came out in '99. I think 2001.
Yeah,
I think 2001 came out in '99.
Yeah, yeah.
And then and then Marshall Mathers LP came right after that.
He was like you start to see like in that time frame, Dre was trying to put him in everything he could. He was in Eminem was in The Car Wash, that movie The Car Wash with Snoop Dogg. He was.
I don't know if I've seen that movie. I remember the
terrible.
movie.
It was a terrible, terrible remake. It was but it was
It's a remake.
Yeah, Car Wash, right?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
That
from the
was
70s.
From the 70s.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was like their version, and it was like L.A. Compton Car Wash, and Eminem was the guy who got fired, and they talk about him the entire time, and he's like sitting there with a bulletproof vest on, hitting at his bed, hitting behind the bed, punching the bed, laying down, bulletproof vest, losing his mind because he got fired. He was gonna kill the manager, and he comes back at the end with a gun. I was like, it was just like this random spot. Like they didn't have to put it in the movie. And
Was he in anything else around that time though? Because like before 8 Mile, I don't know how many.
so this, right? He was in a very, very small glimpse of Got the Life video. Eminem was in that party. Remember the party at the end? Where they got the lights up, everyone's drinking beer in the red Solo cups.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, no, I'm 100.
Is that like a known thing?
I mean,
I don't know.
I've
never heard that, but I feel like I would have known.
No, it's real. Like, cause I had all the documentaries. I was a big Korn fan growing up, so
Right.
like I had like a bunch of the DVDs, and he's in there, and they talk about it. So like you see him. There's a small glimpse. If we were able to look it up, you'll see Eminem in the party.
Wow.
And actually, he tried to shop his demo. That was like I think that actually might have been the way Monkey tells it from the Korn from band.
Yeah.
He was like yeah. He goes, this kid comes up to me trying to shop his demo to me, and I grabbed it and I was just like yeah. And Head, the other guitarist, was like, yeah, go ahead, tell him who it was. And he goes, it was Marshall Mathers. And he goes, way to go to blow that money.
But I mean, what could they have? I mean, it's a record
No.
label. I mean,
No,
they wouldn't have made anything off
And
them, right?
neither, also too, like that wasn't the trajectory. If they would have even approached that, and also, what did he know at that time? He's just shopping demos to anybody, like.
But that had to be right before that.
It was borderline right before.
I mean, Infinite probably came out the same time that Follow the Leader came out. No,
I don't know. Maybe.
that's got to be super close.
I don't know.
That's gotta be
I don't
super
know. I know
close.
about Infinite. I don't know too much about like that beginning. I know he had like a bunch of songs, Murder, Locked Up Tonight. He had a bunch of like randoms that were like starting to get a little push. But I know at one point he was wearing like an Eminem jumpsuit. Like it was a white jumpsuit, like a worker's garage jumpsuit, and it had M&Ms all over it.
I think I do remember.
You remember that? Yeah. I don't know what was going on at that time, but like like it's a little hazy.
Right.
Oh man, yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think like after him, because I remember being big into hip hop because of him. Probably, you know what? It probably was mainly because of him, because I want to say My Name Is probably came out. It was probably on TRL at the same time.
Yeah.
Freak on a Leash and Got the Life and what was the Nookie from Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
All those were probably charting at the same time, so that's probably what put me onto that trajectory. But yeah, I got really into hip hop for a long time, and then halfway through high school, I just got done with it because it was just
Not
so
really.
commercialized and just it was ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it changed.
In my mind, that time period is lost for hip hop. I mean, not completely lost because there were underground artists who were really good.
Yeah.
And then you had the emergence of Kanye West at that time.
Right.
And then Biggie had not Biggie, Jay-Z had all his hits, The Blueprint, and
See, I timestamp it more closer to 05, 06 for me. I feel like
It could be.
the first 5 years of the 2005s, it was definitely starting to go in that direction, but
Yeah.
there were some classic albums that you can't deny, and it still brought a different version of gangster rap, but it was definitely polished.
yeah.
But like, it was an updated. We just got done celebrating the millennia. Like it's
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Everyone was flashy at that point anyway.
Well, no, but I think what happened was I think the record labels, the major record labels who were in control, kind of killed it because they didn't know what they were doing. They're not the artists, but they're trying to make money, so they're trying to figure out all these ways that they can, manipulate hip hop into being more popular. And
Do you have an artist that you're talking about in particular
No,
that you mean this towards?
not
Like
really.
anything that comes to mind?
I just felt like that's the whole direction it went because it didn't feel real anymore. It just felt like it's I don't know, all those artists like Nelly coming out with all that stuff, all that stuff just felt like it was so, oh, this is a money grab now. Hip hop
Okay.
is big. We're gonna try to make a catchy hook and get an R&B singer in there.
Nelly first album. Nelly first album. You saying? 'Cause that was. You saw the documentary on that one, right?
No, on Nelly, they have a Nelly documentary.
Oh man, oh man, about the Country Grammar album because it
I
went,
loved it. I probably
went-
bought that on CD too.
it went diamond,
I'm sure it did.
right? Like,
But that's my point. It was all so mainstream.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes, I do.
This
All
is
right,
why
that's your-
this
yeah.
is how there came in underground hip hop because real hip hop artists were like, "What is this? This isn't hip hop anymore." And they were creating these real records, not on big record labels that weren't getting played on the radio, that nobody could even find because this was like the beginning of the internet.
Right.
So
right.
now you have all these artists that now you can go back and find them. There's like all these crazy records from that era that just never got played.
Yeah, yeah. That's true.
But what were you gonna say about the Nelly record? You really like that record? It's one of your favorites?
no. I prove your point though. So I mean, you're right. Exactly. It did become that because, like, honestly, all his hooks were, very poppy.
Yeah.
And he had a certain sound that pushed that commercial sound that you're talking about, and it was definitely pushed and guided by the label company at that time. His whole deal was like, he didn't write all of that album. That was the entire Atlantics. I always forget what they called themselves. That little rap group he had.
Oh yeah, something like that, right? Because
That was all of them.
St. Louis.
They all wrote that album together and gave it to Nelly, because it was their shot.
Right.
For one of them to make it, they would drag and he did. He was starting to drag Murphy Lee and a couple other of the artists.
Okay.
He was trying. That's how they did it. So what they did was it was a group album, really,
Right.
but Nelly's voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he, you know what I mean? It was kind of tricked out on that sense, and I just thought, it was different. It's not New York rap, so you're also taking it out of that genre too. Like we're biased because you got to understand, right? We grew up on the East Coast in New York. We have a certain sense of what we like, and it's predominantly lyrics and boom bap beats. We have a certain, palette towards it. So just because it was different doesn't mean it wasn't big for that point of that was huge for them.
I'm all about different. I'm not saying that because it sounded different I didn't like it. I loved it then. That's the whole point. I loved it then. But now when you see kind of what they did with that genre and how it's kind of it's almost like it was made for kids almost. I felt like it was made for a very young crowd, they didn't record labels didn't create Backstreet Boys for adults. You know what I'm saying? I think it was targeted at and at the same time, I know, now I know, back then, obviously, they didn't. But now you know, like how much the record labels, how much of a hand and how much of a say they had in the whole writing process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it wasn't like you just get to make an album. It's like, no, this can't sound like this. This can't, and then you got to change this. We're cutting this out. And, the next thing you know, they're choosing who the producers are going to be, and you're just a face. You know what I mean? And I kind of like, and I think it's still that way, because if you turn on the radio now, there's no good hip hop on the radio now. I mean, if they play a Kendrick Lamar album, but they don't have a choice. They have to play Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? He's rose above what everybody else can do. So you don't really have a choice with him.
Right. He's an exception to the rule.
Well, he's an exception to the rule because he's so good and has such a big audience. They can't really tell him what to do. I mean, he'll just be like, "No, I'll walk." He doesn't need the big record labels. Right. They need him. Is really what it is.
Because you reach that level of superstar.
Oh yeah. I mean, like he gets to call the shots. I'm sure, because he could just be like, "All right, you want to take control? Or I'm going on my album, create my own record label. Screw this." You know what I mean? Like he doesn't really need them. I mean, a lot of artists don't need them, but it's just I don't exactly know how it works as far as money wise.
Yeah.
I would assume that the people on the bigger record labels make more money, but then you hear, well, they don't even own their music. The record label owns their music, and they don't have control over anything and all the stuff. So
that was a big discussion right around even prior to COVID was artists finishing out their contract and going independent. It was like a big thing. It was like a big movement with all the artists. And then you had other artists, even like in their songs, like DeRoyce 5'9" commented on it. He goes, what good is owning 100% of your masters when it doesn't age well? Right. And it's like, it was something that was, you had this movement of artists just starting to go solo, and with their no more record label, they got to where they were. They have their following, and now all the money's there. It's a way to do it. It definitely changed.
I mean, they're taking, let's say, I'm not gonna say 100. You're never taking 100%, but they're taking a way bigger portion of whatever they are making on, let's say, record sales or tickets from concerts and stuff like that.
Isn't that like the issue though? Is not really how much they're taking out, but what they're charging you for. I heard that was like the biggest thing, keeping an artist in debt was like the biggest issue with the record labels. It's like,
I think it was keeping them in contract. I don't know if it was keeping them in debt.
Well, that was like a big thing. What I heard, Jadakiss used to talk about it all the time too. He said they're charging you X, Y, and Z for your lifestyle on the road, and they're always doubling the price anyway. Before you know it, you spent your budget. And now you're being charged. It's not their money. They're taking a percentage out of it's your money. And it was designed, apparently, to keep the artist in debt. You're selling records, but we're also charging you an arm and a leg for studio, producers, everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
The system was just built against it for them to take all the money, even though on paper, your contract, you're getting paid. It looks great. Maybe you have I think it's a point system. Maybe you have a couple of points here and there, but when you look at the charge that they hit you with for everything that you do, not to mention is it like a 360? I think it's 360 contract where it's on everything you do, no matter what music or not, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
So there's that too. So any profits that you have from any other companies or any other endeavors, it gets taxed, and they're just pimping you out at that point. All for what? So that your name got posted, and it was in a couple of more social media posts, and you somehow became relevant.
Right.
That's a big ticket to have the door opened for you. It's that's a lot of money. It's an expensive ticket to pay for.
Yeah. I think a lot of those guys get sucked in because, first of all, they give some type of large check off the bat, right? That's I was like, oh yeah, we'll give you you want to sign with us? We'll give you the $2 million signing,
no
and
problem.
We'll be on the radio.
No problem. Dreams are coming true.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
$2 million in cash right now. Okay.
Yeah, more money than you had.
Then you realize that they made $100 million off you.
Right. And that's what's fair though. It's their resources. So it's
they try to rig the game so that you can't become popular without them, and that's why they control the radios, and now they.
How about Live Nation?
I was gonna say Ticketmaster. It's the same thing.
Which is some bullshit.
Yeah.
I heard something.
But in all reality, I'll be honest with you.
yeah,
I would rather see a concert at a smaller venue anyway.
yeah.
I mean, personally,
No,
I
no,
don't
yeah.
want to go to Madison Square Garden.
I have no interest in stadiums
But
anymore.
with that being said,
Yeah.
Ticketmaster has, I think, just purchased another 6 venues in New York. So it's, dude, I used to go to the Warsaw all the time. Tiny little venue in Greenpoint. Great. Awesome venue. They just bought it. Now they own it. Ticketmaster
own it.
owns it. I'm like,
Because why not? Because why not? Corner the market,
why is,
right?
I mean,
There's a couple spots. There's some spots in Jersey I really like. White Eagle Hall being one of them. That place is amazing. Very
what's the
small.
name of the place?
White Eagle Hall.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a little bit up north. It's very nice. It has just a main stage area, right? It's all general seating, and then it has a balcony that wraps around. I love that place.
Yeah.
Anytime for concerts, it's very intimate and just it's a great time. It's not
Yeah.
a bad crowd. The neighborhood's nice.
Ticketmaster might own it now, though. I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely fucking do. They definitely do. It's bullshit. That'd be, honestly. Though,
How do you stop that, though? I mean, like, what do you do?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. It almost seems like maybe we should open a music venue up so Ticketmaster.
Until Ticketmaster offers us $10 million for it.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Fuck it. I'll do all the legwork. I'll get the loan approved, and then 6 months down the line, when I'm opening up, they're gonna give me an offer. Right?
Yeah.
I could probably double my money. Who doesn't
It's
like
funny,
double?
It's funny because you need a venue. Like, you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, you need a venue.
Nobody can make money just off Spotify or Apple Music, right? You're not selling records anymore because everyone's got Spotify or Apple Music.
Yeah.
You can't perform anywhere without an actual venue to sell tickets to. I mean, they've cornered every way that you can possibly make money on your own at this point, right?
It's messed up. It's a monopoly.
Oh, it's 100%. It's a monopoly.
I say we bring it back to the way we used to get tickets, even back to the way our parents used to get tickets, right? Same price for all tickets, general admission. You go to the place and you sleep there like you're waiting for sneakers, and you wait in line, however you want, and when it opens up, you just take the next available ticket. Like, there's no app, nothing. When whoever's in the front of the line is guaranteed to get in front of the show, and that's it.
Yeah, any venue can do that.
That'd be great.
If they're not owned by Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
What they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have to start finding people with large swaths of land, and then just build a stage in the backyard and have them.
Yeah, seriously. We should put one on the island. Should
Can't
put one
do it
on.
on the
You could
island.
definitely do it. Listen, if they could build a park on top of that dump. All right. First off, wild. That's a. I'm sorry.
It's wild that people actually use it as
What
like a
the-
regular bar.
Dude, it's very simple. It's very simple.
I'm like, you
no,
shouldn't
no.
be. You shouldn't be over there.
I say it all the time. When you were a kid, what did your mother say to you? Don't play in garbage.
Don't play garbage.
And now you put a playground where the garbage was.
Yeah.
There's hills. I don't care how much. It's fucking. Like, does anyone
They
think?
could they buried it. It's fine.
Yeah, they're sure.
It's underground now.
It's underground.
Which also doesn't seem right either, right? How does that work?
You got it's a whole negative pressure system.
They
So
should
this way
really
it
just
keeps-
level the whole island, to be honest with you.
Noodle down. Noodle down. Keep the hills.
It's toxic here. You can't live here. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, I think we have the highest cancer rating in the U.S. I'm pretty
Staten
sure.
Island?
I think it is.
Oh, that's not a good
But
thing
I
to
only,
be known for.
yeah, I know. I blame two things. I definitely blame the dump, but I blame our. I think we have like a huge elderly population in general. Like where the numbers are, it's mostly older people that live here. Hence why the cancer's higher here.
I mean, there's a lot of families too. I don't know. Because
I
then
don't
you go to Brighton Beach, and it's
Yeah, but that's different.
seems like that's an elderly population.
It
as
is.
well.
I don't know.
I
Is
don't
it
know.
that, or is it because they're jumping in the Coney Island waters that they're just getting aged by the sewer
Yeah,
pipe,
I don't know. I don't know.
by the drain runoff?
I don't know.
Which is another thing. That's very Staten Island. We'll build a park on top of a dump feeling too.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to swim in the water where the drain pipe is that lets out all the sewage?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't
yeah,
make any
yeah.
sense. It's very counterproductive.
It's also funny because it's like, you're not allowed to swim in so many places. But there, it's fine. It's like it's just like it's like a mile that way. You're not allowed to swim because the water's too dirty.
Doesn't make any sense. And they do. They flag us all the time.
Yeah.
They go, no swimming today. Too toxic.
Well, they talk about the Coney Island Creek, and they're like, oh, it's like the dirtiest waterway.
Yeah.
It's like that's literally like right by the beach, though. It's the water's connected.
It's touching. Simple. Simple. Don't play in garbage.
Yeah.
I've been listening from day one.
Yeah, I remember when I thought it was a joke when they said they were going to do that. They were like, they're going to build a park there. I'm like, oh, they're not. I'm like, that's crazy.
And they were like giving
How'd
tours.
they get away with that?
They were giving tours to the public and showing like what they did and how many layers, so people had information. And I guess it fucking worked because
It's 20 feet down, but don't dig.
for real though, for real, it's a negative pressure system, so it keeps the smell in. What they got, and they got to vent it properly. Everything has to go through one, wherever vent system they have, because otherwise it leaches out. That smell's going to be horrible. And this is what you're bringing your children to. Just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've been hearing those stories about the people who live in that area getting all
Yeah.
types of cancer
Yeah.
just because they live like
Yeah, like
on the other side of the
exactly
Yeah.
like the Simpsons, like Springfield with the three-eyed fish.
Yep.
That's them. That's us. That's us. We don't talk to those Staten Islanders.
I mean, I hope I'm far enough away.
Yeah, right. I know.
On a windy day, though, you never know.
No bueno. No bueno.
All right, you want to get into your album you picked?
I go first.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
You're the guest. We'll talk
right.
about your album.
All
and,
right, then we'll go forward.
Well, yeah.
We'll hit it
Let's
up.
talk about everything else.
So, did you listen to? You went through the whole thing?
I went through the whole thing. That's a long album.
It's pretty long. It's pretty long. It's a little much. There are a couple of highlights that I really like on that album. I found him by mistake. He came across my feed,
Like, oh, okay.
and
Like, online.
I didn't even know. I didn't even pick up the fact that he doesn't curse whatsoever.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which kind of blew my mind because I'm listening. It kind of sounds hard, and
Yeah.
he has an aggressive approach in some of the songs.
Yes.
So when I saw it, the first song I heard was "The Search." It was like the intro, and
Okay.
I was like, "Oh, this." I mean, the balloon thing is a little fucking weird,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
I get it. I'm not gonna like everything. It's okay.
Yeah.
But it was all right.
Oh, you got a call?
Yeah, my munchkin should be all right. She's probably mad at me. She's calling to yell at me. But yeah, so I saw the video, and I instantly got hooked because like it was kind of refreshing to hear somebody rap new. I needed somebody new at that point.
Oh, okay.
It was getting repetitive, so
Right,
like
right.
he was like, and then I started listening further and further, and then one of the songs I really enjoyed was Returns, and that's about Eminem. That was in
Oh, yeah?
yeah. So at some point in the Kamikaze album, Eminem mentions NF
Okay.
and claims that it's a record label's way of recreating a recovery version of Eminem.
Okay.
And so that was his like one shot. So and this was around the time like the MGK disc was coming out and everything
okay,
else. So
alright.
like it was that kamikaze, like he was throwing heat towards everyone a little bit. And then so that song Returns was back at Eminem, but it wasn't even really like a diss track. But it was enjoyable.
Right.
It was enjoyable. I don't know. I mean, the kid could sing,
He's good. He's actually very talented. I just couldn't help but notice how much he actually does sound like Eminem, though. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of things that Eminem does
Yes.
when he raps it that this. And listen, I'm not gonna say this guy's trying to mimic him, but like,
Cadence.
there's a lot of. I mean, there's obviously a lot of differences. A lot of the songs were almost like trap songs, which isn't bad. I mean, I think they did a good job on them, but
Yeah.
a lot of the songs, the way his whole style kind of seemed like he was trying to do things that Eminem did,
Yeah.
succeeding, but like I just thought it was funny. And the other thing that was funny was they both used their initials. Which
Yes.
was
Yes. Yes.
so I was like, this is okay. And well, not even that, but they're both got very dark stuff, which I thought that album was most of it was pretty dark, which I thought was kind
Yeah.
of crazy.
Yeah. His earlier stuff seemed to be more of that. He had a couple of new albums released,
Okay.
and it's just a completely different tone.
Oh yeah.
But I think
I was
he's-
gonna ask that. Are all the albums that same?
I would
type
say
of...
I would say from the first album where he was really getting his, like, the lyrics weren't there yet. You know, he was really warming up. But like, there's Therapy Session and another one, and then that one. Those three, and then maybe even the one after that was like very dark. And then all of a sudden he changed his tone up. But I think he's fighting with his record label. And I think this album that he just came out with, it just didn't sound like him.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think he almost did it on purpose because he doesn't want them to make money. But I don't know. That's my hot take on it. That's not official. It just
I
seems
mean, if
like
you're in a contract, there's nothing you could do, right?
Right.
But I mean, the funny part about that too is they have kind of final say on what gets made. So I
yeah.
mean,
Or maybe that was the direction that he was forced into. But it doesn't sound like his normal stuff.
Right.
Which is why I
Right.
listen to him. You
right,
know?
right, right.
You know,
right,
so
right.
like, you know, change is hard when you have a favorite artist that like changes everything because he's trying to keep up with the time or maybe hit a different group of fans.
Yeah.
Because music's a young man's thing. Like the younger generation primarily controls what's quote unquote hot. You know, it's not really us. We're not the ones buying music. Not really.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, yeah.
Definitely not me.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I don't know, but
I
like
think-
that's
Yeah,
it's hard. You can't just put it on one thing either. That's not really fair.
no, yeah.
But I mean, like in terms of like a complete thing, like I thought that album was great lyrically, very entertaining, and even down to like his singing with, unlike some other artists who try to sing and can't harmonize. It was refreshing to hear somebody who did it successful, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of dope." You know, I kind of enjoy this. You know, it was. I thought it was a pretty good album, just in general, and especially at the time. Like I related with a lot of things that we're going through,
Okay.
like things that he was saying too. So like,
Yeah,
it's great workout
Yeah,
music.
it's a very
you know,
real feeling album because I feel like he talks about real problems and real
Yeah.
situations in life that a lot of people could relate to.
and I do also enjoy the fact, like, I didn't know he was a part of that record label or anything like that till like the second album that I listened to. Like, I didn't realize that it was, you know, Christian based stuff.
What do you know the name of the record label? I didn't even look it up.
Mm.
No, okay.
But I was surprised when I found out. But I was like, oh yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense with the no cursing thing and everything. Like, I was like putting all the pieces together, and I was like, yeah, all right. But like, compared to like some of other artists that I've heard, like it's not very churchy. You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't have that church feel.
Yeah.
You know, it just sounds like regular music, and I think maybe he mentions God like once or twice throughout the whole. Like, he actually says the word God. You know, whereas
Right.
like I've heard songs that's their most used word.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's like
100%.
so it's like you
Yeah.
know, at that point I didn't realize that. I think that's why it was so like popular. A lot of monthly followers. It was like 8 million monthly followers or something like that.
Oh,
he has.
yeah?
Yeah, he's up there.
Oh, wow.
He's up there. Sells out his concerts, like, which is surprising. You know, like it's Eminem carbon copy.
I won't say he's an Eminem carbon copy. I just thought I thought it was funny because he was doing things while he was rapping that I felt like were directly taken from things that Eminem would do, and I thought that was funny. I was like, you know, obviously, you know, he had to be some type of influence on him, and he didn't like. You know
Yeah,
what
I
mean?
think
Like,
that's
I'm
what it-
sure that he listened to a lot of Eminem, and you
Yeah,
know.
he talks about it too. It has to. It's
Yeah.
it influenced everybody.
Oh yeah.
Across the board, whether you were doing rap at the same time or you came after him.
Right.
It changed a certain, especially if you rapped like that.
Right.
If that was your direction, and it was all lyrics, and you liked lyrical rappers, you were gonna try to, at some point. Maybe it doesn't stay like that, but you definitely attempt it, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm more of a lyric person than I am just listening to the beats. But if I hear a good beat, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I mean that was. I feel like that was like always a phase type of thing for me, where like content used to be my number one thing. With like listening to hip hop, like it's gotta sound good, but it's gotta be like all about. I gotta be able to relate to the content. Like I
Yeah.
that was like I remember that being like a driving force at one point when I was like listening to hip hop.
Okay.
And I've kind of since that point like listened to a lot of different music of all different genres. And the one thing that I kind of like the takeaway is it just really like, content is great, right? But like
Right.
nope, I feel like hip hop is the only genre where people are like looking for the content. Like you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
yeah.
nobody's
Yes.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like nobody's listening to a rock song and be like, oh, I can't relate to this. I'm not gonna listen to this song. Like,
Maybe country, because country's more about the lyrics than it is the music. You can It's kind of the same premise. You catch a catchy beat,
maybe
right? And usually the storytelling is the focus of that country song. You know, like usually people go there for those lyrics. That's just white people rap.
Yeah,
man.
I guess because that's it's very singer songwriter based where
Right.
there's yeah, okay, I could see that.
And there was a view on it, a take on it that was like, you know, rap songs, like you have to kind of decode what they're saying, and country songs, he says exactly what he's saying, like it's exactly what he's talking about. It's like very cut clear, like my girl broke up with me, my car's broke down, like there's no code, there's no slang, it's just this is what's happening, man.
Yeah,
I'm working
yeah.
40 hours a
Yeah,
week
yeah.
overtime, you know. I'm just finishing this beer. God, I wish I win this game of darts.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, like I basically had an appreciation for music to a point where I like the content didn't really matter. Like if there was something I relate to, it was kind of like it's a plus. Like if the
Like a
guy can tell a
bonus.
good story,
Yeah.
or if like it's content that like you know is interesting or I can relate to, it's a plus. But it's like all based on how it sounds to me. Like if it
Yeah.
sounds good, I don't really rap about whatever you want to rap about.
Right.
If it sounds good,
Yeah.
like if it's like aesthetically pleasing to listen to, I would listen to it. Like I used to. That was a big thing because I'm like a big Freddie Gibbs fan, and when Freddie Gibbs came out, he was just like the epitome of like gangster rap. Like everything he rapped, there was like his topics of rap are like selling drugs
Yeah.
or committing crimes. Like it's all like there's nothing I could ever relate to.
Right,
And I remember like listening, I'm like I can't. I'm like there's nothing here for me.
Right.
And like now that like I have this like I'm like I don't even care what I'm like it sounds great. Like he's great at what
just
he's
on-
doing. He's great.
Sounds
like, you know.
like he's just hitting
At
the
some
drums.
point he can change the content and it'd be I guess, but I mean who cares? Like it's aesthetically pleasing. I don't really.
I do view a person's voice more like an instrument than something to analyze lyrics out of, so to
Right.
speak. And that's like big for me. Like if you're be the greatest rapper alive, but if I can't stand the way your voice sounds in a song,
Right.
I'm never gonna give you the chance.
Right.
I'll never give it to you.
But I mean your voice is an instrument.
Agreed.
Per
Agreed.
se, right?
But I
mean,
feel like there are people out there that would argue lyrics are more important over how their voice sounds, and it was like I had big trouble with certain artists like listening, and they'd be like, "Oh, but listen to what he's saying." I'm like,
Oh well, yeah. No, I mean, listen, it's all part of like the piece of art, right? Like you have the beats,
yeah.
and you have the lyricist. It
It
all
should
has
be
to go
considered,
together, and
right.
it all has to sound good, right? And if
agree.
you can have good content with it, I mean, this is all reasons why I say Kendrick Lamar is the GOAT because he hits all these points. Like he can flow in and out of different genres of hip hop. His content is always there. It's always on point. I mean, who else can do that? I mean, it's just there's not many like him that can hit every point that you're looking for when you're listening to hip hop. I mean, it's hard to do.
It is hard to.
And he's making concept albums. He's got all different types of sounds, and
Yeah, he's not bound by anything.
No,
seems like.
no.
Yeah.
It's listen. People are like, you can't compare it to like '90s hip hop. It's like no, I get it, but in the '90s, like. You only had boom bap beats. Like there wasn't like a lot to different things to do. Like there was this style of beats,
And everyone
and then you had your style of rapping, and like that was it. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There wasn't,
Yeah.
and everybody kind of rapped about the same thing basically in the '90s.
But you had the people who started the trend. Like I think a big push, especially in the '90s for '90s gangster rap, Mobb Deep, which shook.
Oh
ones.
yeah, I mean that's.
It was just it was a vibe. It was just
Oh, yeah.
It was really that. I think they did it the best Out of everything that came out of there, they nailed it across the board. I was really impressed. That Gangstar, love Gangstar.
Oh, Gangstar is amazing.
Yeah, it just hits. I don't know what it is, and it's not supposed to be that. That was that. This is now. You need
Right.
something new. Who wants to
Right.
keep listening to the same shit?
No, of course. I mean, it's evolution. I mean,
Right.
that's just how it progresses.
Yeah,
know?
it gets
I mean,
it. You know, otherwise, it's no bueno. It's
Yeah.
what was the one of the so everyone at one point I remember was always saying get the gat, get the gat. That was like the popular phrase. Everyone would say that. That was like every genre has its
Yeah.
repeat. I don't know. It's just
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how the sound was just different then, and it's different now. But yeah, I mean, listen, there are artists coming out right now doing hip hop that are taking it to a whole nother level, and it took me a while just to get in. I mean, that's the hard part. When people do something different, it's so hard. Like it's everything becomes such an acquired taste.
right.
And
we
I
were saying
can't
that. We were saying that.
I can't
No.
put a record on and just be like, oh, this is just amazing. When it's something so different, it's just so hard to jump into it.
And ahead. Could be, it's ahead of its time.
Oh yeah,
And you're sitting
of
there, and
course.
that's why when you go back, sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
oh man, like, I really do. I think some of the, like, Mr. Morale, that's my favorite album off the.
Can't
I
believe
know.
that's your favorite album. Man. That's so
Favorite.
funny to me.
I mean, like, in terms of, like, I've never listened to his album front to back so many times, but that album,
Really?
like, takes the cake.
Wow.
And I love To Pimp a Butterfly. I love Money Dream. Was it Money Dreams?
Well, it's Section 80, and then there's
Section 8.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Good
so-
Kid, Mad City, but it was what was the song? I can't even remember it. I used to play it on repeat all the time.
Well, Money Trees is the song.
Money Trees, that's
but
what
that's
it
on
is.
Section 80, I think.
Nah, it might be.
I think it's before Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
It's either on Good Kid, Mad City or on Section 80, but I think.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. That's like one of my favorite tracks, honestly. And then like I liked Humble. I thought Humble was great. I thought the
Humble
Damn
was
album.
great,
I
too,
thought the Damn album was amazing.
So did I.
I thought
I thought it was
definitely a little bit more pop to it. And GNX is great.
I love GNX. I mean,
GNX
I
is
talked to
great.
guys who hated it. I thought it was great. I mean,
had-
I thought it was short.
Short, but
But
maybe
I
that's
thought it was
okay.
good.
You know, maybe
I
that's
mean,
supposed
my
to
biggest
be.
critique is he had a bunch of guys on it that were terrible. Like, but other than that, I mean,
Yeah, but like at a certain point too, like he's already come so far, especially from the GNX album, that like if he didn't start to pull some of his friends on, I mean,
Yeah.
it's good to collab. I don't think it's because then you just get the same product.
no, I'm not having a problem with collaborations, but
You just didn't agree with the collabs that were on it.
I don't know. It was odd.
Yeah,
I just felt.
you don't think it
but-
matched the sound of the album?
I don't think the songs were bad, but it's just like you get a song and you put a bunch of guys on who just like aren't at your level or anywhere near your level. I mean,
Yeah,
it kind of just like, yeah, all right.
just throwing them on.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
It's like a
I don't know. Like, I appreciate what you're trying to do. If they are just your friends and you're trying to help them out, I appreciate it. But
right. It's like that's seems like that's the business. It's who you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
I know there was like one or two artists that were like no one ever heard of and were just getting started out. So like for them to, I forget which song it is. I wish I
Well,
had
on GNX?
on GNX.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
people. I'm not sure he had anyone on that
Yeah.
that I did know other than SZA did the one song, right?
Yeah,
But other
and,
than her.
there was two songs and those songs
Yeah.
were amazing.
Yeah,
I
they
love
did a
those
great job
songs.
with those songs.
Yeah, those songs are great.
But yeah, I think all the other features, I don't think he even had any features that I knew other than her. I'm trying to think about it, but I think that was it. But he does features for other albums all the time, which are so amazing.
Yeah,
And he's good.
Yeah,
He's. I mean, I'm always gonna say Good Kid, Mad City is my favorite, but I like all his albums. I don't think he hasn't put anything out bad, and I don't think he ever will.
yeah. I was I didn't know how this album was actually going to go. You know, considering what direction he was in. What was it Peekaboo? That song.
Yeah,
That was the song.
I thought that was gonna be the song.
That was the song, and I was like, "Who is this? Who is this?"
But
Yeah.
all the features, are there any features on there? I think
Yeah.
all the features on
Yeah.
there are
just randos.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they're not randos.
Well, it's not
Maybe I'm
random to
just
him.
not to me and my circle of what I'm privy to. Like it's definitely just me. I'm sure they have a following.
Right. Right.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, as far as like NF goes, that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
Really.
I'll be honest. I never heard of him. I was quite.
Which was kind of crazy to me, like that you didn't. So he had like
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know.
just fell in between the cracks, I guess maybe.
Yeah, listen. I find new artists all the time. I mean, it doesn't even surprise me when somebody brings me somebody I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
'Cause now I get introduced to a new artist. Yeah, it was funny because my brother's a big Christian hip hop guy, and I brought him up to him like, you've heard of this guy? He was like, yeah, that guy's been around forever. I'm like,
Yeah. My friend said the same thing. He texted me. He goes, "Hey, have you heard of this guy called NF?" I'm like, "Bro, it's been like 5 years. I texted you this 5 years ago."
Don't you love that when you try to introduce somebody to
trying.
something, and then years later, like, have you ever heard of them? I'm like, yes,
Motherfucker.
yes, I have.
I know
and
you.
I tried to,
And I know what
loves
music
me,
you
loves
like.
me so much. I guess you never listened when I sent it to you. All right.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. God forbid. You're just on your phone right fucking now. Stupid.
That's my favorite. Yeah. But yeah, so in reference to that, I was like, okay, well, I wasn't sure why you picked NF because I wasn't really familiar with him. But
Yeah.
I have to go based on his genre. He was Christian hip hop, so I was like, all right, we'll do Christian hip hop. But which
Well,
I don't have anything against it.
I was thinking more of like all right, maybe if you had some sort of idea, like, because the lyric wise and how close he was to Eminem, which was why I picked it, because I didn't view it as like a Christian genre to begin with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like,
That's pretty funny.
yeah,
But
because
he
I got the albums that you picked,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh,
Well, Forrest
Oh.
Frank, right? So that's the two sides of the spectrum. So Forrest Frank is like my brother and sister. They love Forrest Frank. They're like, oh, he's so great.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, but it's okay.
I
It's
was
almost
wondering,
not
I was
really-
wondering where you
Well,
heard
I wanted to give two sides of the spectrum. So Kyle, on the other hand, like this is like where because I was talking to my brother about this before we did, and I was telling him, oh, I'm gonna do Forrest Frank and I'm gonna do the Kyle album. And he was like, well, Kyle's not really Christian hip hop. I'm like, all right, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I get it, like, but it is kind of. I mean, it's
religion based.
He talks a lot about his faith and his Christianity in that album.
Yeah.
But yeah, technically, I guess if you want to go by what they consider like Christian hip hop, it's not really Christian hip hop. But then again, like I don't even know if I would put NF in that category.
Yeah.
I mean, like, is he in that category just because it's clean?
I
mean,
think-
like
I think
he
that's-
does mention God in a couple.
Yeah,
of times,
a couple
but,
times,
yeah.
but nothing compared to like
Yeah.
some of the other things I've heard.
Yeah.
And then that was the other thing too. I was doing it more from a lyric standpoint
Yeah.
than anything,
Yeah.
just because it's the music that I feel like I think you like, and obviously I really
Yeah,
enjoy.
yeah.
So I was wondering where that Forrest Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering where that came from. I'm like, man, I didn't picture Danny listening to this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It threw me through a curveball.
I mean, he's got some stuff that's all right, but it's not my style of hip hop to begin with. Like, it's a very.
Would you even classify it as hip hop? Because honestly,
Right. That's what I mean.
that was the other thing. Like especially that album.
It's almost like Drake, right? Like,
It's
like people be like, "Oh, Drake is like a great rapper." I'm like, "Is he really a rapper though?" I'm like, I don't know. Do you consider Drake a rapper?
There was,
I mean,
like-
that's a weird thing though.
there was like one or two songs in the beginning I really liked. I was like, all right, it's starting to have like a flow.
Yeah.
And there was a couple. There was like one or two that I was like, all right, I kind of dig this, right? And like, but I wasn't getting a rap feel whatsoever. I was
Yeah,
getting like a
yeah.
Tame Impala, like.
No, Tame Impala.
Yeah,
I
just
wouldn't
like a
I mean,
the first two songs, like there was like one or two songs. I think it was the third track, and I was like, wow, this has got like a, or maybe Tame Impala's not a great one, but like,
I don't know. It's
who's
more,
that?
It's
Who's that? I'm
it's
trying to
so
remember.
pop rap that it's like almost not
Is it
hip
pop?
hop, right?
Is it pop rap or is it R&B?
Yeah, I mean they consider it pop. I don't.
It sounded like '90s love rap R&B.
Right, like Ja Rule.
A little different. a little different. That was more like, do you?
That was a big thing back then.
Yeah,
though,
but that
whole,
yeah, but Ja Rule had a that. That's not Ja Rule.
R&B, hip hop, like
Agreed. But Ja Rule still rapped in it.
Yeah.
That he was singing to Jesus.
It does seem like singing, right?
He was singing, and it sounded like he loves Jesus. Like,
Yeah, of course.
No, like he's lighting candles for Jesus. Like,
Yeah.
you ever see the South Park episode where Cartman tries to like become a Christian pop star to win the gold record?
Oh wait, I think I did see that one.
And like he's reading the lyrics and he goes, "Wow, it really seems like you love
Oh.
God." No, like you love God.
God,
Like
yeah.
you want to strip for God. And I'm listening to this album and I'm like, yo, this is 90s sex music for Jesus. There was like 3 tracks on there. I was like, did he just light candles?
It gets yeah.
It gets a little heated.
gets
I was
heated,
like,
yeah.
I wonder, and I was
It's
like,
funny though because he's so popular in that.
so
like, you
I-
see how
yes,
many like views.
I thought it was a fucking mistake.
No,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it's nuts.
First
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
I thought it was an older
When it-
album because of the sound. Because I was thinking 90s R&B music.
Okay,
So I'm
yeah,
listening
yeah.
to it and I'm going, this has got to be like early 2000s. And I'm like, wow, this is like last year. Wild.
Right.
How many people are even listening to this?
Yeah.
And there was 8 million monthly
Yeah.
listeners.
Yeah.
And I looked up the stats on that album. He did great
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers
Yeah.
that I was
It's-
humbled
Yeah.
and surprised.
Yes, it's crazy how big he is considering like that. You know, that's like the hard part because, like, I don't want to hate or not hate. I shouldn't say hate, but I don't want to like dismiss artists because they're choosing the route of going to like Christian hip hop or whatever. I mean, me and my whole family are Christian. I don't have a problem with that, but
Right.
in when it comes to music, I just feel like there's this drive for music that if you're doing Christian music and you want to do it in like this very clean and wholesome way, you're not going to be able to get that feel. And it's like you'll get that and people love that, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right. No, but
But,
that's,
like,
yeah.
I just have a theory about me, and it's funny because like this is like an argument where like members of my family who are Christian will say, well, you know you shouldn't be listening to any music if it's not about God or whatever, and it's like you can't just dismiss a whole a whole bunch of people that did. The thing is, I think music comes from a place where I personally have this theory. I think it comes from a place of pain, right? Like I think these people are able to create these unbelievable works of art as a form of therapy and expression because they've been through some stuff.
I would
like
agree
you know
with
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I just feel that, you know, you can't just say, well, these you shouldn't listen to these people because they're not like whatever. I'm like these people are pouring their heart out. I mean, they're expressing some really hard times through music.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you get such an unbelievable sound from,
Right.
you know, across all, and I'm talking about across all genres. I don't think it's just privy to one genre, hip hop or rap or metal or rock or any one genre. I think a lot of people who are truly talented, and again, I'm not talking about these artists that record labels have created,
Right.
because I'm not talking about radio music, but I'm talking about truly great artists who are putting out great albums, whether people are listening to them or not. I think that they had some type of trauma in their life, and I think that trauma translated into them expressing themselves through music, and you got something really beautiful out of it. And I think it's harder for people to create something that beautiful without going through that same level of trauma.
Agree.
You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely based off of their personal experience and tailored to their life.
Of course.
100%.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's such an odd statement to say to somebody, regardless of their faith or their religion. Doesn't make much sense. Kind of feels like there has to be more. He has to have a reason to say that in general, like what he means by it. But like to say not to listen to anything but, which is his opinion, right, and that's okay. But like the reason being why. Why is that? Is that like because you're giving
because you shouldn't be filling yourself with things that are
sinful?
bad. Right.
Okay. I could understand.
Like if you wanted to be a good person, you wouldn't listen to things about bad. You wouldn't be listening to things along the line that were about sinning or bad things.
Okay,
So you
that's
would,
that's a take.
you know
right?
what I mean?
Yeah.
You would listen to Forrest Frank, where
right, right.
nothing against him. I mean, I
Listen.
think he's probably a great guy, and
I'm
I
sure
think-
he's great. I'm sure he's great.
But they hate that I make fun of him. I'm like, it's not. But there's nothing, and it's not even his fault. It's probably his music is like that because he doesn't have that same. He doesn't have to express the same trauma that some of these other people have to express. I mean, it's just. You know
I don't
what I
think
mean?
we'll ever
Like,
really know, but
no, I don't know either. But
you know, it's very vanilla.
yeah,
It's a vanilla
100%.
thing, almost made.
But it was funny because
Yeah.
like I was like, all right, I was like, I'll give you both. So I'll give you the Forrest Frank, and then I'll give you the Kyle Thief Next to Jesus, which I actually think is an amazing album.
I was like, I don't understand what music he listens to. Because like on one side I have old school Brooklyn, which that album is
a good album, right?
it's a good album. It's very different from the other picks. So like I was like, I don't know, man. He's got like just a wide range. I was like, this is fucking me up.
I mean, I do have a wide range. but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
We laugh, and I showed the wife a couple of songs too. I go, listen to this, and she goes, what is this? I go, I don't know, but I feel like I'm in church. And
I don't know.
and then I go, I go.
It's
Now,
good to play in the car with the kids, though. I mean,
yeah, right. I don't know. I don't know if I want them raised that way. No, but and then I played the other stuff from Ka, and I was like, oh, that was not what I thought that second album was going to be like. And I showed them the album art, which, by the way, album art's sick on
Yeah.
that album.
Yeah.
Love that. The little backstory about the
Yeah, I
job
told
he
you
did.
the whole yeah.
which was kind of like insane in its own. So like, I listened to the album. It had a very, it was definitely old school sounding. It had a very, I don't want to say 90s. I don't even, because he has his own sound to begin with, but like you could tell down to the beat selection. The beat selection was almost Wu-Tang sounding. It had that grittiness,
Yeah.
and it had the old music playing in the background as the beat loop, which I really enjoyed. And honestly, voice wise and lyrics, the way he expressed himself on the track, had a very Action Bronson feel.
Okay, I can see that.
You know, like
see that.
it's almost talking.
Right.
It's almost talking, but
Yeah.
he's giving a lot of information down and he's expressing himself. But it just, and then it hits. It's like so weird.
Yeah.
It was a weird experience.
Yeah, that was another cool thing about giving you that album was you get a kind of a taste of what I was talking about with a lot of the artists. That style is becoming popular underground right now with a lot of very popular underground artists. That whole kind of like you're talking almost poetry, kind of slowed down, like good beats, but almost a lot of drumless beats.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That whole style is
Yes.
like huge right now.
It was definitely, and it almost like made the lyrics hit harder.
Yeah. I remember the first time, I forget who I was, the first time I started listening to tracks that were drumless, and I was like, it was funny because I asked somebody else, I'm like, you hear these new drumless tracks? It's like, yeah, you're just waiting for the beat to kick in, and it never does. It is funny because the first time I'm like, where does the beat kick in? And he's halfway through this song.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how you feel.
Yeah.
That's exactly how you feel. I've had songs, a lot of songs where artists don't, the drop doesn't come till like after the halfway point.
Oh,
I've seen that
yeah.
a bunch of times. But
But that's when they kind of try to like change the feeling of the song. They'll kind of like drop it in afterwards. Like they'll have almost like a calmer feel, and then they'll drop the beat and then kind of
to give it that climax
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the album itself though was deep.
Yeah.
He sounded in pain.
Yeah.
You could hear
You can
Yeah, you really can.
You can tell he was definitely going through his
His stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
It was wild. That I enjoyed it. I think I added him. I'm following him now. Just yeah. I'm not.
I got a lot more where that came from.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. See. It was it was enjoyable, and like I said, it sounded like a piece of home. You know.
Yeah.
It did. It had a lot of Wu-Tang influenced.
Yeah.
Even though I know he's from Brooklyn, but
Right.
right, was it Bed-Stuy?
Yeah. I mean,
I think it was.
I don't know if he's from Bed-Stuy. I mean, I know that's where he worked, but
No.
he might have been from Bed-Stuy.
I think he was repping it in one of the songs. Like I might be wrong though. No, I'm pretty.
You could be right. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Could be right.
Yeah, it was hard to pick what genre I was gonna go with. I've been listening to like a bunch of random crazy stuff too, so I wasn't sure. But I was like, oh, lyrics. I was like, NF will go.
Listen, I tell people this all the time. They're like, oh, I don't know what to pick. I could pick this one, this one. I'm like, pick whatever, and then next month we could just do it again, and you pick another one. It doesn't matter. There's no
limit
there's no
on
limit. We just once a week if you wanted to. It's not like we can do this forever.
Yeah, yeah, that's the beauty of it. There's no rules.
It's not like a one time and then you're done for life. Like it's not. This isn't. And then I had people like trying to pick one that I never heard. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not a game. It's not like
anything-
you win if you get something I can't.
right. Yeah,
You beat me.
I catch him on this one.
I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like it's well, fine. I mean, like,
Oh man, yeah, no, it was. I think actually knowing the artist and having some background on it helps. Just overall for the comparison.
yeah.
'Cause, you know, the whole point, I guess, really is to get the point of view. And
I know.
maybe-
After I told you, I'm like, should I have waited until after he listened to the album? I was like, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
But
fun.
I guess
It's fun. I was just.
I didn't want to taint the way you heard it
No.
because.
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, agreed. I was that intro track on Forrest Frank, the first song. It was like it had a great bass. Like it was like I was like, oh shit. I was like, what? I was like, okay, maybe I got a new rap artist I'm gonna fucking love. And then the second joint came on, and it was Consuela from Belly. It was the same fucking song. It was like had the Spanish chick in it, and I was like, oh, all right, not where I thought this was going, but fun. And then the third song popped up, and I'm like, that's a little different. And the bass line disappeared. I was like, there's no more bass anymore. So like I really didn't know what to expect. And as it like got deeper into the album, it became a little bit more intimate.
Yeah.
And it came a little bit, and then like you could just, I'm pretty sure he was calling the song hymns. I mean, you know what I mean? Was it a psalm? A song? It's not
psalm,
a
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I
it's-
all of a sudden I was back. I was back in born again Christian land, where Tuesday nights is bingo, Sundays church.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
uh-oh. I recognize this water. I know this sound.
Yeah. I mean, I figured you weren't going to be a fan of it, but I was like, you know what? He picked Christian hip hop. I'll give him both sides of Christian hip hop.
Yeah, honestly, that it kind of was.
But then
that.
it was funny though, and
Yeah.
then like I was listening to the album, and I'm like, all right, this is like kind of Christian hip hop because he's clean, he's kind of talking about God. Well, I'm talking about the NF album, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
See, I was under the impression that you heard at least a little something. So like it threw me off when you would say, "Oh,
I never heard of him at all.
It
Really,
blew my mind. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh wow." Just knowing like the background of music where you liked in hip hop, I was very surprised. Kind of threw me off.
Yeah, I was surprised too, actually, because after I heard him, I'm like, wow, I feel like I would have like this would have crossed my radar at some point.
He had a big song on the radio prior to the album that I sent you was
really on the radio too.
Let Me Down.
Well, I stopped listening to the radio probably back in 2003. So
And it sounded like R&B. It was Let Me Down was the name of the song, and he was singing it majority of the time.
Yeah.
Maybe a small rap verse, like a good little rap verse. Majority of it was him singing.
right.
So it was like maybe it just did. You probably heard it, never realized.
Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, you're right.
know?
Maybe I heard it in
Because
passing.
I didn't even know
just
that was
didn't,
him until, all
Yeah.
the rest of his stuff is more rap, but like his little pop hits are the singing albums. He's Drake. It's the Christian version of Drake.
Yeah.
Mixed with Eminem.
Yeah. Well, I definitely felt like he was very influenced by Eminem, which isn't a bad thing. I think he did a really good job. I think his content was there. My biggest criticism was like a lot of the songs sound very similar. I felt like.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
There was like a point where there's like 2 or 3 songs that are pretty much the same, just the same thing, with different words, and the beat selection is very similar.
Right. That would be one of my biggest critiques.
Mhm.
I wouldn't really call him sounding like Eminem a critique because I think he did a good job with that. I mean,
Right.
sounds like him, whatever. It's not 100% like it wasn't like he was copying him, but you can tell there was influence there, and I think he did a good job. I think his whole style and everything was really good. Like I said, first of all, the album was very long, which I mean, it could be good or bad, whatever.
Right.
But because it kind of sounded a little repetitive, and the songs kind of sounded too much the same. I mean, that would be my only critique about it. But
Maybe that's
other
why
than
it
that,
feels
was really
long,
good.
You know.
That's why it feels what?
Maybe that's why it feels
Maybe,
long,
maybe.
you know?
I don't
'cause
know.
It was like I noticed it too though.
Or maybe the song. You know, also the other thing is, I feel like the new thing, like if you notice in the Ka album, a lot of these guys like to do just very short tracks. Like all those tracks are like 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah. You're not.
So maybe I'm
talking
not used to like a 4 or 5 minute track anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it feels longer to me. I don't know.
I guess they do that for the plays, so you constantly replay it.
Maybe. I think it's just because they cut out all the hooks and stuff, and they kind of just like to put out verses now. I mean,
Maybe.
it's not a lot. A lot of the tracks don't have anything extra. They're just a couple verses and that's it.
I thought it was I thought it was just a money grab thing. I thought they were doing it so this way they give you like a smaller dosage, and you'll keep hitting a fucking repeat because you want to hit. And it's about it's about the plays now.
Maybe.
That's what it is. It's not like you're buying a physical album, really. Not the majority anyway.
I would like to think it's not about the money, but okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
It's definitely about the money.
Well, I mean, he's already an underground rapper. I mean, you talk about underground rap. I mean,
Well, I meant as not even just as him as an artist, him doing it. I think as a whole, the industry as a whole. Like you saw it with Kanye West, and you saw like he was making shorter and shorter tracks, but he was getting more plays because people were just hit. Hit. It's a money grab at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I thought that had to do with like an attention span thing. Like people couldn't listen to a full song anymore because everything is so.
Well, shit. Maybe it's both.
Yeah.
You know?
Could be.
Maybe it's both.
Could
Maybe it
be.
served multiple, you know, forms of connecting with people and doubling down to make extra money.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, I love the 2.5 minute songs. It's my favorite type of song. You know, and my attention span.
I don't have a problem with them. Yeah. I mean, I don't. I never, get angry because the song's too short.
I get
like.
angry when a song's too long.
Right. But I feel like if I was younger, I would have, like, when I was a kid, I feel like if a song was too short, I would get pissed.
Yeah. All right. I can resonate with that too.
I get mad when songs are too long in metal. That's what really bothers me. When you hear like a 15-minute metal song, you ever hear?
For what? You know, for what? What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm like, I don't have the attention span for this. I
Just
mean,
end it.
I don't get high anymore, but if I did, maybe I'd be able to deal with it. But I can't.
That's
because
because you don't realize because you're rolling it halfway through the song anyway. That's the problem.
I mean, I can listen to Tool, but like some of these like doom metal guys, they're like, or even the black metal now, they
stretch.
The songs are like they put out 6 songs and they're all like 15 minutes each. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
How do you
man.
make
It's not
money?
a play. You're not putting on a play.
Doesn't seem like you're making money off of that too.
I don't know.
No? I don't have to hit next. Still playing.
Yeah.
Still go. Like, I don't mind like the secret track. Like, play like I think.
Oh, they don't do that anymore.
I
do
know.
They?
I love it though.
They used to do that back when that was a CD thing. That's why they used to do
I
that.
used to love that shit. Korn did it.
Or
all the
Korn.
time.
Well, Korn did the first 13 tracks were fake thing where they played.
Remember that?
Dude, I thought it was broke.
You thought it was broke too.
Yeah, dude, I remember putting it on. I'm like, oh no, it doesn't
Do you
play.
Do you know that that was Follow the Leader album?
Yeah, it was Follow the Leader,
because Life is Peachy ended on track 13.
Oh, is that why they did it like that?
It was almost to say this is a continuation
Okay.
of the album. But yeah, I thought I was pissed.
Yeah.
I took a
I remember panicking.
I took a bus to the mall.
You went back with it?
I almost went back. And thank God I just read it because, like, obviously it says 13 on the first track, but I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
Like, no fucking way.
I don't know how I feel. I must have like just started flipping through the tracks to see what was going on.
And then it
finally,
played.
Yeah, and then like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
What did it do? Like 3 seconds a track or something like that? It wasn't
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
But
a
it was
track?
blank. It was
Yeah,
was
no, I
static.
know, I know.
Just static. And then they had that joint at the end where like you waited past, and then you always got like the bonus track. I know one time it was like, what the hell did they do? I always forget the name. So yeah, I'm gonna butcher this. I can't even remember.
Yeah, but the problem with that is you have to wait through a whole other song to hear the bonus track.
Yeah, I mean, not really. Not really. Fast forward. You know,
Yeah, I
fast
guess
forward
you
on
could
you.
fast forward.
You know, you just hold
I
it down.
remember, well, no, some people, they
Yeah.
used to put like 10 minutes in between. You ever see that shit?
No, what?
Oh, yeah. That's a thing where like guys they do a hidden track after the last track,
Yeah.
but they would just do 10 minutes of silence on the same track, and then the
And
the
then
track,
they would just start.
Yeah.
That's annoying. You know how you
That's
would
really
know?
hidden, bro.
You know?
You really buried it. I mean, it's... Who's leaving it on for 10 minutes after the album?
You know, I remember this now. I remember how I could tell what tracks had hidden tracks because your CD player would give a final time of the track, like when you
Oh,
turned it
yeah,
on.
yeah. This
You
track is
remember-
15 minutes.
And you'd be like, 15? That can't be right. And then you finish the song at 4 minutes and 45 seconds, and you just like, there's no way. And then you're sitting there, and all of a sudden sound pops out.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's just wild. It's wild.
It's like you're really trying to hide. It's like, do you want people to listen to it? I don't
Deep
understand.
covers.
I mean, you could have
Deep-
just say a bonus track on the.
Mm-mm.
That was all. I mean, I don't even know if they did that back then, like the deluxe version, where you could buy like with 3 extra tracks.
But that was
on it or something.
that was like the hidden track thing was our version of back in the day where you used to play the record backwards.
No, 'cause
That's
that
a-
wasn't a real thing.
No, I know it's not a real thing,
Oh.
but that's our version of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think they were hiding tracks on vinyl.
Ah, what is he trying to say? I think there's one. There's got to be one. That can't have came out of nowhere. Was it only based off of drugs and trying to play Ozzy Osbourne back because he said he was talking to the devil?
Was it Ozzy Osbourne?
I think it was Ozzy. Either that or maybe Black Sabbath. Well, Black Sabbath, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. He's like, what is he trying to say? And they even joke about it in Lil Nicky. Remember Lil Nicky with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
And he's like trying to play the Ozzy Osbourne thing. He goes, what is he saying? He goes, absolutely nothing. Then he throws on Chicago and plays it back. And it's like the devil talking.
Yeah.
It's like
Chicago.
yeah, it's like Chicago. The gay guy in the apartment's like, I love this. And he goes, I bet you do. And he plays it back, and it's like, I command you in the name of Lucifer, spread the blood of the innocent. And he's like, Chicago's fucking awesome. Oh man.
Yeah, I remember because they did that on. I used to watch that show, that '70s show where they did that. And I can't remember what album they did it with. Maybe it was Black Sabbath. I don't remember.
I mean, it was devil based, right? It's definitely like a devil based thing. So like Ozzy Osbourne back then, like everyone was blaming him.
Yeah,
for
but I
that
feel
type
like
of
they
stuff.
called everything devil music back then, right? I mean, I always think Rolling Stones, but that's probably only because of "Sympathy for the Devil" was such a big song.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Yeah,
But it
maybe.
probably wasn't that.
Yeah. I mean, they were very poppy. I don't know.
Some of their stuff.
A lot
They had
of
a
it.
wide range,
That-
honestly.
wide range.
Yeah, I mean, Led Zeppelin did too.
Let me tell you, I've never got into it, but I know Jimmy Page, man, could play. That motherfucker could play. But I never really fell into it.
No.
There's a couple of songs I really enjoy, like and not at a point to where I could even tell you the name of the song, but
Yeah,
like I've
yeah.
heard it so many times as
Yeah.
like a kid growing up.
Right.
That's what my mom played at the parties, right? You know?
No, yeah. That was the thing with like what I learned when I got back into classic rock. What I realized was I had really only heard like the top 2 or 3 songs of all these bands, where like they had so much more, recording that I just never got because they just didn't play it on the radio or like whatever it was.
Yeah.
So it was like when I started like digging deeper into Zeppelin and the Stones and the Doors and the Who and all that stuff, you start hearing all this other stuff. You're like, oh man, I never heard this before. Like, this is great. It's like, oh, the songs that they play, I hate those. Like,
Compared to their deep
oh, dude,
cuts.
I would pay $20 right now if I never had to hear "Stairway to Heaven" again for the rest of my life.
It's fair. It's fair. You just
Don't
heard
care.
It. Don't
I know
need
it's their
it.
best song. I know it's been rated the greatest classic rock song of all time for 40 years. I don't care. I can do without it.
My mother was big into Queen,
Okay.
and I loved that music. Bohemian, oh, it's great. Bohemian Rhapsody.
I never got into it.
Never got into
No.
it because it was like so ahead of its time. You've seen the documentary? I'm assuming, right? The
I've
Freddie
seen
Mercury,
the biopic, not the documentary.
the Freddie Mercury deal, the movie.
The movie, yeah.
Is that
yeah,
was that
yeah.
what it was? And like how they were fighting with him about how long the track was.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
ahead of its
Oh,
time,
yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Was
yeah.
He was the Kendrick Lamar of rock music.
I don't know about that.
Come on.
Well,
I mean, yeah. So what? He likes dudes.
It was he had a distinct style, but like I'll be honest with you, like I never even really liked the Beatles. Like there were just a lot of the poppier bands like I couldn't really get into, and just like there were some Queen songs that I loved that I thought they did a great job on.
You
but,
think
like,
Queen was more popular than say like Rolling Stones? Like I think Rolling Stones is if not same tier, maybe higher at least. Like I feel.
No,
like
I think the Rolling Stones are more popular. But when I'm saying poppy, I mean like that.
Oh, like
kind of
sound-wise?
like, yeah,
Oh, okay.
like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That pop sound.
Yeah.
You know, they had that more of a pop sound, and that wasn't really that wasn't really what I was. I was into more of like the rock and roll and the harder stuff, I guess.
Okay, it's fair.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah. Well, Red Hot Chili Peppers was like always on the top of my list. Is like I always thought of them as like the last of the rock and roll bands from that era. Like, they were so different, but I just feel like that was like.
But they also were like late '80s. I mean, you can't really. I mean, I don't know what that was like a whole nother debate. Well, when do you cut off classic rock? Like, because now they play Nirvana on Q104.3,
which is alternative.
It's classic.
But it's dad rock. They call it. It's dad
well,
rock.
it's just because time is moving forward.
Yeah,
I'm like,
agreed.
well, now that's classic. And
That's
it's like,
what it is.
Yeah,
It's getting lumped into
it. Wasn't
it.
classic to me. It was. Like, I'm getting old now, I guess. They're playing Green Day. I'm like, that's a classic rock. Come on.
Don't do the math.
I
Don't
know,
do the
I know,
fucking
I
math.
know.
I don't know where the hell the time went.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
It's so wild, and like you still try to keep the perception normal. Like 30 years ago wasn't the 70s. 30 years ago
Right.
was the 90s.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Almost the 2000s. Almost the fucking 2000s.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild because the 70s to us when we were kids was fucking might as well have been ancient Greece.
Right.
Right? Like
And that was only
not
25 years before.
that. If anything, that feels closer now than it did when it was back then.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, it's not fun. It's not fun.
No, it's nuts, and it's like with music, like the direction they go in now is just so nuts to me because some of the stuff feels just so distant as far as like I'm like that old guy, like I can't listen to this, and then like a couple of years from now I'll be like saying this is amazing.
Well, it's because our brains have time to catch up because we're still on tracks from 10 years ago.
Maybe.
It's just like we're progressing slower.
Maybe.
I think that's what it is. Also, too, the amount of music these days. Not for nothing. We didn't have such a selection. We're navigating through how many artists on Spotify.
You have no idea how many. I mean, it's a crazy amount that comes out all the time.
It's almost. My friend used to say it all the time. There's more people rapping than actually listening to music these days. It's like more people are artists than they are fans. Everyone's making music.
Yeah, because anyone could just put themselves online, and now you're, it's easy to get that. I mean, I guess it's not easy, but to get some type of exposure where you can post your stuff and people can listen to it. I mean,
having it available for the public.
Yeah,
is the easiest
the availability
thing.
thing.
Right.
Yeah, because
That's
I mean,
big.
think about before the internet. If you weren't on the radio, that was it.
Yeah,
like,
you're
nobody
fucked.
heard you.
Fucked.
Or, I mean, maybe the people in your town.
A couple of mall shows,
Yeah, but
yeah, no, you're fucked.
like maybe you got a gig opening for another band, but I mean, like other than that, you weren't getting any exposure. Like
it was impossible.
I mean, now it's you record it, put it online, anyone can listen to it. I mean,
half of the artists these days, I mean, started with Justin Bieber. He was fucking YouTube. He was on YouTube. That's how they found him. He made a YouTube video of him singing, record label pick. He was like one of the first YouTube stars out.
Yeah.
Right? No audition, nothing. Put himself out there.
I've seen a bunch of documentaries of people who started on YouTube and got like super famous. It's weird, right? It's like
it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
You're giving the people a platform to express themselves, and you're not so force-fed the same commercial junk, which was the reason why you got out of rap music in the first place.
Yeah.
Because it was shoved down your throat in a funnel. This is what the sound is.
Yeah.
All this stuff now, takes us away from that. You could go into any
Well,
genre.
because now you have a choice. You don't have to listen to what's on the radio.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
beautiful.
when I stopped listening to hip hop, I was like, I don't want to listen to this anymore. And I couldn't figure out how to find anything else, so that was it.
Yeah,
And
right.
then it wasn't until I think I was like a professor in college was like, talking about how he's a big hip hop guy. I'm like hip hop's dead, dude. I'm like, forget about it. He's
Yeah,
like,
right. It's
and
dead.
he's like, oh no. He's like, you got to go home and listen to Kendrick Lamar. And at the time, I'm like, who the heck is Kendrick Lamar? Like, I have no idea. He goes, no. You got it. He just came out with an album. It's called Good Kid, Mad City. He's like, go home and listen to it. I'm like, all right. I go home and listen to it. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, hip hop is back. I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah, and then you figure out it never really was gone. It was just underground, and you just couldn't find it.
Couldn't find it,
You know
and
what
you'd
I
be
mean?
and in your face every day. Turn it on the radio, the same 6 fucking songs.
Oh yeah,
Couldn't
it's just
escape it.
completely repetitive.
Couldn't escape it.
Yeah,
Couldn't escape it.
it just I don't know. It was.
Yeah.
they
What was
just
the
really-
what was the
just
first
really-
program you had to download the MP3s? What was the first one you had?
I mean, I had Napster when
You had Napster?
Yeah.
I never had Napster.
I had it for a short period of time because I don't think I had it like as soon as it came out.
You had it when it got popular.
But I had it for a
Yeah.
very short period of time, and then they took it away. They
Uh-huh.
shut it down.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember the
Kazaa.
names of the. Oh yeah, Kazaa. Yeah.
I'll go through it with
yeah.
you. iMesh. Yeah.
I don't think I had that.
iMesh was a version, and then you had LimeWire.
Well, I was gonna say LimeWire was the one I
LimeWire
had.
took over for a little bit. There was a couple of like off-centered ones here and there, and then it changed from that to BitTorrent, and you were
Yeah, I was
downloading
doing
full
torrents,
disc,
yeah.
full disc. That was the big thing.
Oh, yeah,
discographies.
yeah.
You could download an entire discography. The same time it used to take us one MP3 song,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you would pray to God that it actually sounded normal. Like, cause you ever remember you used to download an MP3, and it would be it would turn into like Matrix, like.
Oh, yeah,
You remember that?
There was a lot of problems.
There's a
with them.
lot of
Some
problems.
Of them were messed with. I remember I think my dad kept asking me to get him to make them because I used to burn them onto CDs. I used to download them onto
Same.
and burn them onto CDs. He was like,
Yep.
"Make me that new Creed album," and I'm like, "All right." I do it. And I give it to him. He's like, "What was?" He's like, "This album's all messed up." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, there's like these big beeps in the middle of the songs and stuff. It was like really
yeah.
weird. I'm thinking he's crazy. I'm like, no
No,
way.
is that? Yeah, right. You play
And
it.
then I go to his house and he's got it on and it's doing the thing. It's beep, beep. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Shitty downloads, man.
like, who does that just to ruin someone's day? I'm like,
Got out. Got out there trying to get
you
back.
go back on and look for another one and in parentheses, no beeps.
Was it? It did. They used to say that shit. Doesn't cut out.
Yeah, it doesn't cut out.
What wasn't Creed like one of the bands fighting Napster in the beginning, or like they
I thought it was Nickelback.
oh maybe it was Nickelback.
I think it was Nickelback.
Ah, same.
It was
Same,
it was
same.
Metallica,
Yeah.
Dr. Dre,
Yeah.
Nickelback.
Yeah.
Those were the big ones fighting.
Yeah. And Apple saved them. Apple was the one that saved them. That was Steve Jobs coming up with the idea for the streaming service in Apple Music,
Right.
getting paid $1 a song.
Right,
It was the only
right.
thing, because that was the conversion from when the MP3
But even when they
days.
did that, torrents were still around.
It was still
for a
happening,
while.
but they had to do something. They weren't going to continue to sell music
Right.
on a CD. It was so outdated. The moment you found out that you could have your music on your person
Yeah.
and walk down the block without it skipping,
Oh yeah.
you know?
I remember in high school the first time I seen an iPod.
Yeah.
Like it was like this big. It was
Yeah.
huge.
Huge. And then I never had the iPod. I had just the MP3, the
Yeah.
old brands.
Yeah.
That would hold 150 songs. And I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah. You remember that?
Oh, man.
I had like the shuffle or something.
The shuffle. And that's crazy. Now that shit's sitting in the museum.
Oh yeah.
And it was like turn of the century stuff. And it wasn't even our first form of
You know what's crazy though? Can you even remember when they like started integrating everything into your phone? Like everything's on your phone now, but I don't even remember when it. Like when did we
was,
get rid of the MP3 player and then I just had my phone? Like I don't even
2000
remember.
I think it was like I recall around 2009, 2010. Around there
Yeah,
was the
maybe.
switch.
I guess that sounds about right.
That was like right as like it was really just switching over, and like they were selling the last ones of the iPods. iPods were just starting to phase out because phones started taking over, and everyone was able to download an app. So like it was.
Well, what year was the first iPhone? Because the first iPhone probably had
the first
Apple
iPhone
Music on it, right?
The first iPhone I think was like '07. But but like Apple Music wasn't there yet. That wasn't a thing. I think maybe even '08. But it wasn't even there yet. Like that didn't come till later. You know, but but you started to see it like in just society. Some people would listen to music off the iPod, and then some just had their phone, and you know it was just there was a slow transition over to it. I think mainly just because of download speeds and everything else, just like what could your phone actually handle,
right?
You know, and then also too like people have all their music saved on. Like it's very hard to have someone give up their collection of music to change it to another platform, right? You know, like it's a hard thing to do, regardless of how you do it, because everything's like right here.
Yeah.
Now, once it came to our phone, it was over. It's never going anywhere else. You know, I can't unless it's gonna go inside my brain, and I'm just gonna flick fucking stations.
I was gonna say, where do you go from here?
It's Robin Williams said that. He said eventually the phones are just gonna be in our eyes,
telekinesis.
And it's going to be like, you know, you're gonna be sitting there. Hold on, mom.
Yeah.
And you tap, and you say, "Oh, I gotta take a picture." And he smacks the back of his head.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's got to be like implant is the only other thing they could possibly do, I imagine.
And
right?
obviously, we're not doing that. That's crazy. You know,
we're not doing that.
Our kids.
Our kids.
100%. These idiots. These idiots are gonna do it.
Yeah, I won't.
You know, but I'm not gonna do that shit. You know why? Because we implant dogs and cats when they run away. I'm not a dog and cat.
But don't you want to hear all your songs?
Yeah, I'm good. You still use headphones? You know, like it's in my ear.
They're gonna be like, "What is that? A phone? This guy's carrying around a physical phone."
Yeah. This would be the same reaction as like when they see you pull out cash. They go, "Oh my god, he has cash." That's wild.
I would be the same reaction if like somebody pulled out like a CD player. What are you doing?
You're just wasting time, man. You're wasting time. Not even
a Walkman.
Yeah, let's not even talk about how much time it takes to change out a CD. But like you're also
stuck with those 12 songs all day.
You're stuck, and you're also
unless you carry a backpack around with
which
12 other CDs.
I did. We all did. Not only that, think about all the times you have to stop at Walgreens and CVS to pick up new AA's. That's crazy.
Oh,
I'm never doing that.
Crazy.
The day that Energizer came out with rechargeable AA batteries, I was in the future. I was like, you idiots are spending money on batteries?
I remember when they came out with like an anti-skip CD player, and I was like, I have to get one of those.
It's fucking horrible. It was
and
better.
It was so much more money. Because you get a CD player for like $20. The anti-skip, that's going to be $120.
Yeah. I remember which one that was. It was great. It was great for like the comparison. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. We were at such a disadvantage trying to walk the right way. This way the CD didn't mess up your fucking song. Psych. Yeah, it's like you never looked cool.
No.
You know, it's fucking it was a losing battle.
I remember I used to I guess I did have a Walkman at one point because I used to record off the radio. You ever do that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
I probably have a stack of the cassettes where I was recording off Hot 97.
Crushing it, too. 90s
I
grunge music.
Had like
was all
Nas Made You Look on it. Made You Look. I'll take another song.
Oh, man. Be pissed as hell if it was Funkmaster Flex. Because you never knew when to fucking...
Me and my friend would go... We had this... It's
God.
like... It gets to the end of the song, Funkmaster Flex goes back to the beginning. The song again?
I just heard this intro 20 times.
Cuts it up.
20 times.
It's a 3-minute track. He made it 7 minutes.
7 minutes. And no exaggeration, 6 minutes was the intro.
This guy better stop dropping bombs on tracks all day.
Used to piss me off. I'd be sitting there like, come on, Flex, play it this time. I would have to rewind that fucking tape so many times just to... I'm like, you're wasting tape, you son of a bitch.
No, I just want the real track.
Yeah.
Don't mix it. Just play the real track.
You just knew you couldn't record at that time. You just knew. You were like,
when Flex was on?
Daytime after...
Kept dropping those stupid bombs.
5 o'clock hit, you were fucked. Anything before that, 12 to 4, that was your time. You could record anything. They just play. They would barely even talk. It was so nice. So crazy what we used to have to do to steal music. Yeah, and that predates fucking all the downloading. That predates everything.
Yeah.
That was how.
That was
That you know what that was?
I'd be in, like middle school. For
That was that went side to side with recording off the TV with your VHS tapes.
Yeah. I don't think I actually did that. I know people who did, but I don't think I actually ever did that.
I did it
I'm trying to think.
religiously, and that's how I got all my movies from my aunts, and like everyone just had these burned copies. I swear to God, and it was like them just.
VHS.
I had my first series was the Rocky series. I had 1 through 5. Not one of them was bought.
It's pretty good.
It's a good time.
I remember renting from the library VHS tapes.
I heard about that. I didn't even know you could do that till it was too late. It was too late. I was like, oh man.
You remember going to Blockbuster?
I do.
Kids probably don't even know what Blockbuster is
I
anymore.
do. You know, there's one left, right?
No.
There's one left. They keep it open, and I
As like a museum?
pretty much. But no, it's real. You could still rent from there, but there's one left, and it's like in the middle of America. Don't ask me to remember the state. I can't.
Nebraska, probably. something like
Yeah,
that.
like exactly. It's definitely. I know it's not in the tornado section. I know that.
Yeah, okay.
Right, but like, it's probably like I don't know. I can't even say it. But and it's honestly, it's amazing. It really is. It's so beautiful. It really is. You really got to take some time
You
out.
haven't been there, though.
No, I've
Oh,
seen
okay.
videos, and I love it. Actually, I think it's an Airbnb. Now that I
No, it's
recall.
not.
Yeah, no, I didn't make it.
So I'm confused. Is it an actual
It's an
functioning
actual-
working Blockbuster?
It's an actual functioning working block. From what I
that
remember,
somebody sleeps in the back?
you can rent a room in it at night, and you have access to the entire store for VHS movies.
I'm gonna look this up.
I swear to God, I'm like, I know it's a functioning Blockbuster, and I'm pretty sure it's the Airbnb. I've heard that at least twice.
If
from what
anything, maybe it's got like an upstairs apartment.
I think that's what it is. Can you imagine sitting in the middle of the fucking floor? That'd be weird as hell. How do you go to sleep like that? All those fucking lights. Remember the strobe lights that would just run the circles around? Oh my God. I never really went to, like, as a kid, I never really went to Blockbuster. I always went to like the private
Yeah.
video
So did
companies.
we.
Yeah.
In Tottenville, they had one. They had a.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you the name, but it
Yeah, I
was
forget the name.
yeah, it was great. It's great. I used to rent all my games from there too.
Yeah.
It was amazing. They said, "Hey, you want to go rent a movie?" You remember what that used to feel like? You'd be like, "Yeah, we're gonna go rent a movie."
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I was like
God.
every Friday night, pizza and rent a movie.
Oh,
or
it was
something.
back
yeah.
when pizza was fucking $10 a fucking pie.
I think it was probably less than that actually. What were you talking like?
Yeah,
30 years, 20 years ago?
yeah, easily,
25 years ago.
crazy. Yeah, wow, wild stuff. Sucks getting old. Sucks getting old. The more I talk, the more I sound like my parents.
Yeah, it's wild, right? Like kids growing up like don't even understand the concept of renting a video. Like, what do you mean? They're on the TV.
Yeah.
My son will never know.
No.
Like, he'll never.
Oh, that was one thing I heard too. Was like our punishment was we couldn't go outside. We weren't allowed to go
Oh, yeah, yeah,
outside.
yeah.
I said that to my daughter the other day. She was
Oh,
like,
because that's all we did.
she's like, so? She's like, how is
Why
that?
do you need to go outside?
Yeah, how is that a punishment? She's just, like couldn't even grasp it. And then she's right. Like, you know, they're just so sucked into like everything they have in their house. It's just
Yeah.
a different world. Meanwhile, like you weren't allowed in the house, and that's also probably how the houses stayed clean because the kids weren't in them.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, they were outside till the street lights. You weren't allowed to be in the house with your friends. They kick you right out to the yard.
Right.
You know, just a better way of doing things efficiently. Now they can't be outside. They can't be outside till by themselves. It's like crazy.
What do you mean they can't?
Like you can't have like unless they're like. I remember 8 years old leaving the block as a kid, whereas I would never fathom that for my daughters.
I think I was younger than 8. I think, well, not leaving the block, but I remember like I had friends on the block where I would just leave the house and go to their house. Like,
Normal.
yeah.
Normal.
I think I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, no phone. No way of contacting
No
you.
phone, No.
You have no idea what's going on in that other house. Wild.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. We were just in the neighborhood all the time with no cell phone. You just kind of had to like
Figure it out.
you get to somebody's house, maybe you call them, but
And that, yeah, and you memorized the damn number.
Yeah, you know how numbers you had to memorize back then. You had to memorize like 12, 15 numbers. I'm lucky if I know my own. I can't memorize anybody's numbers now. I'm like, why would I'm never putting the number in. What chance would I get to memorize?
Wild. They,
I'm not physically hitting the buttons.
I don't know if it's an old habit. I don't have my mother's number saved in my phone.
You don't have it saved?
I don't have it saved. I always see the physical number, and my father too. The only two people, because I've always dialed them, and I just for whatever reason always kept it like that on my phone. Okay. Since like the original like flip phone I had from Verizon. Remember the free joints you used to get?
Oh yeah.
Pick out of these 4 phones, and you get a free phone with a 2-year plan. And you'd be working out the minutes. You pray to God. Pray to God that after
Hope I don't go over.
Not 9 p.m. free after 9 on free, and that was like a big deal because it was like, and if you had the extended plan where it was like 7 p.m. or Nextel free incoming. You know how many people I used to call and be like, call me right back. Call me right back.
Yeah, that was the big thing. I remember Nextels being huge when I was in high school. I don't remember iPhones at all. I mean, they had to come out when I was in college.
I remember.
Well, that's not saying much. I was in college for 7 years.
Were you?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Never got a degree. I wasn't.
Is this like a Tommy Boy
I wasn't
moment?
Committed.
Is this like a Tommy Boy? You know what I'm going to say, right?
Yeah.
Tons of people go.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, they're called doctors.
Yeah.
I'm similar. 2 colleges.
Okay.
Not 1 credit.
Actually, no, I did go to 2 colleges.
Okay. Not 1 credit.
Not 1 credit. Wow, that's
credit.
impressive.
Hey, is what it is. Is what it is. Never made
you
it past.
really didn't show up to anything.
I paid for college, and I was like, I don't have to be here. I paid for this.
Yes, that makes sense.
That was my logic. I was like, what are you gonna do? Yell at me for spending money?
That
Get out of
works
here.
out.
Yeah, I was. I never made it past the progress report.
Yeah, my first college, after the first year, I was asked nicely to leave, and then the second college, I was kind of like, I don't really want to do this anymore, so I was just kind of going and then just not doing anything. So I think like the first 2 years, like maybe I showed up to some classes, but got like no credits out of the first 2 years after that. And then after that, I think I started to like, all right, I gotta figure something out. Let me start doing something. And then in the process of actually gathering credits up, I got a job at Con Ed, and then I got the fire department. 110 credits. I was 10 credits away from a degree.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Damn. Wow, that's great.
I could go back.
You could. I'm pretty sure you got it. Pretty sure you got it. Don't we get credits? I feel like we got credits.
I know, but I think you need certain
ones.
like I never did a gym or something.
See what I'm
Even though you're kicking the ass, I go back and they're like, you never did phys ed. I'm like, I'm a firefighter though. I mean, like I feel like I'm in shape. Like,
Skip.
Yeah, what do you
Don't
want,
I get a fucking?
What do you want me to do for you?
We have a rope. We climb it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, I think there's because what happened was I wasn't following any type of like, oh, you gotta take all these classes to get this degree. I didn't know what degree I wanted, so I was literally just like looking at classes and be like, all right, I'll take that one, and like they don't like add up to anything. Like you know what I mean?
To something
like
that you
maybe
have to...
I can get some type of degree with a couple more classes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not I mean, you're signing that contract away, which is crazy that they're even letting you sign that contract at such a young age, and there's no direction.
What contract?
You know, like to loan money out for a school.
Oh, no, I actually didn't take any money out.
Oh, you didn't have to do that?
No. Well, so my first year at NJIT was probably, I don't know how much I know they gave me a scholarship, but it wasn't that much. It was only like maybe like a 25% off what it would have been or something.
Okay.
But my parents had a fund for that already, so they used that on that. And then when I got kicked out, I don't know if there was anything left in the fund, but they were kind of like, we're not giving you anything else than that. So but what happened was because CSI is a city college, and because my dad was in 9/11, they actually have like a fund that they'll just
Oh.
They just let you go. It was basically free.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, like the
yeah,
whatever
wow.
9/11 fund was, they would just pay.
They just paid
whatever. So.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
And I don't even think there was a cap on it. Like, I could have went for 10 years and they would just kept paying. I mean, not like, you know, like I'm having fun just taking classes and not getting credits. But,
What are you, Van Wilder?
yeah,
Just hanging out?
That's not even that type of college. It's terrible.
Yeah, there's no dorms, but he lives here.
Actually, there are dorms on that. Yeah.
My mom's got all her. I went through her vinyl collection and all the original like Led Zeppelin vinyls.
Oh, yeah.
And like she's got the one where you open it up and it was like a pull book with all the faces.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was wild
Yeah.
shit. I was like, this is like,
Yeah.
because you know all I had was like CDs.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
have that.
No, yeah.
You know,
I
it's
mean,
like it was like an advent calendar on the
oh,
thing.
yeah. Some of them got pretty crazy with their albums and stuff. You find some like really cool stuff. Like I know the Stones did that with the faces on their album or whatever, and it like pulls out or whatever.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
Wild. You know, like they don't make things like that anymore. It's just not
Oh,
not
no,
as
yeah.
nice. You know? Just felt a little bit more
But then again, like that was all you had back then.
true. True.
So you
didn't
put
have
all
this
your work into it, right? It was
because
like
this was their
you would either
connection.
listen to the radio, or if you wanted to own it, you went to the record store and got a record. That was your only two options. You couldn't listen to music any other way.
And that and that was your piece of them at that point.
That's the
Yeah.
main problem with like people will give you the record collections is like they played the crap out of them because it was all they had. So they're
yeah.
so damaged most of the time. Like there's so many scratches.
Yeah.
And they didn't treat them like I'm treating them
No,
like they're works
babies.
of art. They're throwing them around.
like
and,
our CDs.
Yeah, right. Like
That's
they're-
exactly it.
So they're just like to get something like in good condition from like the 70s is like super hard.
Yeah, I wonder what the condition is of her actual records.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it. You take them out and look at them, and you'll be able to see if there's like deep cuts or not.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you can try to play it too. And if it skips or it gets stuck or whatever, you know, it's basically worthless at that point because if you can't even play it,
Maybe not. Maybe keep it.
wall art, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's not a
Not
lot.
even that. It's like if it's in the like it's an original, right? So like if it's in its case,
Yeah.
even though it's damaged, can't play it, but it's still a piece of that time frame. You hope anyway. I think it would be worth more. I don't know.
Well, the on the flip side of that, people would give me their collections that got destroyed in Sandy.
Oh.
So now what happens is the record itself is completely fine, but the cover and everything is gone.
So you actually have like clean cuts of something, but the album artwork, the casing around it, which was
It's
shot
gone.
to shit.
I have to do this. Look.
What do you say?
See, like I have to.
Oh wow.
Buy the sleeve, and then
Yeah.
there's another sleeve on the inside, and then just do it that way. Because I can't. You can't salvage the.
There's got to be a market for that though. There's got to be something. No. I bet.
There's some type of market,
when
but I
you-
mean, think about it. If you're going to buy a vinyl, I mean, like,
Yeah.
how much are you gonna pay for that when you could just buy a repop on Amazon for $20? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
Okay. Okay. I guess I would have to see the numbers for it to make sense because I don't understand. Like I would just like, for instance, somebody's old collection that the record clearly is fucked, but they still have the album artwork. You just take that and like combine the two. In theory,
Sure.
In theory, to
In
get.
theory,
I mean,
yeah.
if the goal.
And I
was-
would do that.
See
I
what-
mean,
yeah.
if somebody, but I mean, you're not often like sometimes when I get a collection, there'll be like a cover with no album in it, but a lot of times you're not really getting that.
Are
You know
all
what I
your
mean?
are so the ones that you buy, are they only online?
Well, what do you mean? Are
Like
they only online?
any new records that you're purchasing, is it
Yeah.
all like Amazon based or something? Like where are you getting your sources from? Because you said you
So it's a few different ways. So it's either like if a record comes out and I'm like, I gotta have this,
Okay.
and I'll just go straight to Amazon and see if I can get it.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, if Spotify sends me the
Yeah.
limited thing and I really want it,
That's
I'll
how you
buy
grab
it.
it.
The other ways,
What about the old stuff?
well, I don't really buy old stuff.
Oh,
I
no.
get it. I mean, I do, but it'll just be yard sales. If I go to a yard sale and they've got a bucket,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, how much you want for that whole thing? I'm like, I won't even look at it. I don't care.
Just
Just
take
give me.
it.
What do you want? $60? I'll give you $60 for the whole bucket.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gave a guy $200 for 10 of those containers.
Yeah. Wow. That's all.
He wanted to get rid of them. He's like, yo, I gotta get rid of this stuff. I'm like, I'll give you $200. He's like, all right.
Yeah. Fucking win. Win.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who knows
But
what gems you
also, the other thing is, like, I make it a point every time I travel. It's harder now, but me and my wife like to do a lot of road trips. Like, we've driven to Florida 100 times. We've driven to Texas. We've driven all over the place.
Yeah.
Tennessee a bunch of times. So every time I go somewhere, we're in a city I've never been to, I find a record store, and if there's something I want, I buy it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are some record stores where I couldn't find anything. It was terrible. And there's some record stores like I could be here all day. I have to stop, cut myself off.
Yeah, right.
And say, okay, listen, I found 4. How much money am I going to spend here? But yeah, so that's a lot of them will come from that. Like I said, a lot of them will come from the older stuff. I'm not gonna pay top dollar for old stuff. I'm not gonna do it.
You're not gonna do
like,
it.
there are people out there who like, oh yeah, I'm a collector. I'll pay
Right.
you X amount of money for this really old one. But I'm like, I don't really care that much. I care about having it in physical form. If I really want it, I'll buy it just like a remake, like I'll buy it new, and I'll only pay like $20 or $30 or whatever just to have it in physical form. But like, I don't even like doing that with older stuff, like buying the repop, because I can get it. Like I'm saying, somebody will give me their collection, and I'll get it in there. Like, you know what I mean?
So
because
what's
then
the
I'm gonna be
point?
pissed off. I bought this new, and I just
I
you
got
know what
the
I mean?
original
Like, it
sitting
doesn't
in-
make sense. You know
I
what
see
I
it.
mean? Like I think I have almost every Led Zeppelin album. Maybe there's one I don't have, and like I can go on Amazon right now and buy it for $20. But it's like eventually I'll come across it in somebody's collection. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't like make sense for me really to say, oh, let me buy an older record that I'm probably eventually gonna find somewhere.
That makes
It
sense.
was funny.
though.
Like I went one of like the highest most valuable records are like originals of Velvet Underground. You ever listen to Velvet Underground?
No, I heard of them though.
Okay, so well, their whole thing was they were so far beyond their time that nobody listened to them in the '60s when they came out,
Right.
and now they're basically people are saying one of the greatest artists of all time. And
Oh wow.
I think they have a catchphrase is they sold 10,000 records but inspired 10 million artists.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
people just they couldn't sell the record. They just were too beyond their time. But now everyone's like, oh my God, those records are amazing, or whatever. So if you would have bought one of those 10,000 records, they're worth like a ridiculous amount of money.
Jesus.
So it's funny because like I was visiting my sister when she was in college at Oneonta, and they had a record store up there, and I go in there, and the record store was actually pretty big, but it was all old stuff. He wasn't selling new records. I mean, that's the thing with record stores. Some guys will only sell used records. Some people only sell brand new records.
I didn't know
There's all
that.
different types, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's some that sell both. Like, everybody
Yeah.
kind of like has their own thing. Like, when I was in Texas, when I was in Fort Worth, I went to this. It was a cool record store. This guy just opened it like a year ago, but he was only selling brand new records. He had no used records or anything, no old. Everything was brand new, which is cool, whatever. And then you'll go to another one where it's like the whole thing is just there's nothing new and it's all just old records. It's everybody does everything completely different.
I didn't know it was so different like that. I thought it was just like
Yeah.
a little bit of everything.
Because people, some people, they have a used record section. They have a new record section.
Yeah.
I've come to find that most people have their like little niche of music that they like, and then
Right.
kind of like gear their
Invest into that.
shop towards that.
That makes
like,
sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Because that's what they like.
So if like you're into older music, you're gonna sell used records, and you're not even gonna know about the new music that comes out, and you don't really care. And
Yeah.
that's fine, whatever. But this guy was like only selling used records, so I was like, you got any Velvet Underground or anything? He's like, oh, I think I got one. Let me go get it, whatever. And he comes back,
yeah.
and he's like, yeah, this is the only one I got, but it's got a really deep cut through it. I mean, he's like, you're not gonna be able to play it, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, I don't know if I really want it. He's like, yeah, but I'll give it to you for $80, and I'm like,
$80.
I'm like, dude, you can't play it. I'm like, that's how much it's going for.
And he was like dead serious too. Jeez.
Oh yeah, he was
$80 for a scratch record that you can't play.
You can't play.
Yeah.
Or at least you can't play one side, but still, I mean, yeah. So, that's the whole thing. It's like, yeah, I guess if it's something really rare and you can't play it, then maybe somebody will, if it's a collectible, somebody will pay big money for it. But usually when I go to, so you know where you ever been to Flagship Brewery?
Yeah.
Okay, so every year they do a record fair where they'll just have People go and just you set up a table and sell your records there or whatever.
Oh, that's.
So
kinda
every
nice.
year I go there and I sell. I have like these. I've got like 10 of these and like a bin of records. I have like
Oh,
10
okay.
of them. I store them at my mom's house, but I'll go there and I'll set up my records and I'll just try to sell like they're basically all doubles. Because what happens is when like if somebody
get
gives me their collection
collections.
right now, I'm like 90% of it I probably have. Maybe
That makes sense.
10% I
Yeah.
don't. But like
You're gonna sell the doubles, and then
yeah,
and it helps fund
whichever's the nicest one I'll keep, and
Yeah.
I'll go to.
Yeah.
But people like anyone going to buy it, like they'll take it out and they'll look and they're like, it's too many scratches.
They just
They're
know.
$1, and they're still they won't.
$1.
Yeah. Like too many scratches for $1.
Oh, that's supposed to be in the $80 section. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, I saw. I didn't know there was a difference between record stores and what they sell. There's one in Industry City that was pretty nice, pretty big.
Okay.
But I was going through, but I feel like they had old. Everything was old in there.
Like used
Used
records.
ones,
Yeah.
And there's a couple spots in Staten
I
Island.
mean,
that
the
sell.
used. That's why the used record stores don't really like. I don't know. Like I would have to find something that I've been looking for a really long time and couldn't find, and they had it, and it was a cheap price, and like maybe. But I
in
really
your
have
niche,
less.
that niche that you like, and you know.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it would have to be something that I just can't find that I've been trying to find and I've been dying to get or something. I don't know. I usually like the way that I'll go into a record store. If it's mainly used, maybe I'll look around for a bit. If they got new records, then I'll see. If they got something, I'll just browse through. If they got something that I know I don't have and I really like, I always try to support them. In other words, like I'm not going in there to just like look around. Like I actually really want records. And I've been to some really cool ones. I've been to some really crappy ones, but I've been to some. Like there was one when we were in. We stayed. I tell people about this place all the time. It's crazy. So we stayed in Hot Springs, Arkansas, for like 2 nights on our way to Fort Worth.
Okay.
And it's actually a really cool city because it's like very like mid-century modern Art Deco. Like the time it was built, like the architecture there is like really crazy. Like they have Bathhouse Row, which is where they built these like. They're supposed to be like bathhouses, like spas, because they thought that the water from the hot springs, like rejuvenated your body, like had all these minerals and stuff in it because it was coming up from the earth.
Right.
So they had built these bathhouses called Bathhouse Row. Now only I think one of them is a spa, and the rest of them they turned into everything else. But in this city, like I remember they had this big building, and on like the first floor of the building was kind of like the basement, kind of got to go down a little bit, but they had all these stores, and they had a record store in there. And this record store, it was gigantic. Like, first of all, there was nobody. I mean, the city itself is a tiny little city, Hot Springs, and that's like not very popular. There's not a lot of people walking around.
Right.
This place was completely empty. I mean, there was a guy sitting behind the front desk. The place was huge, and I remember I'm like, just for me to look through this place, it would take forever. But I saw he had a mix of everything. Not that he had like a lot of new music, like he had like a hip hop section, but he had like new versions of like older albums, like stuff like that. Like he was selling new records,
right?
Like he was ordering new records and selling them, but he also had a lot of like, it was crazy. So
I mean, with a huge space like that,
the place was huge.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know where to start, so I'm just like, all right, let me just throw something at him, and then maybe he'll I was like, you got any Velvet Underground? He was like, oh yeah, I got one right here, and it was like one of the original like albums from the 60s.
What was that?
I was like, how much do you want? He was like $20. I'm like, all right. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I don't know how much it's really worth because I don't look at the serial numbers and try to figure it out, but I didn't care. I was like, I've never seen an old Velvet Underground record in great condition like this for $20.
Yeah.
And it was funny, like every time I go to a record store and I tell that story, they're like, you gave it for $20.
Yeah, that was.
It doesn't seem right. I'm like, it didn't seem right to me either. I'm like, but it's a real record. Like I have it. Like I don't know. But like I'm thinking like this guy just didn't get a lot of business, didn't care, and he had just so many. I don't know what his thing was, but there was. And then there was,
maybe he hated the music. He's like, yeah, fucking take it.
I don't know what his deal was. I think like he just like had every used record that he knew.
Yeah.
And just put them all at like $20. I'm just like, didn't care. Like, all right, it's an old record that people love and it's in good condition. $20. Like, he wasn't like trying to make a killing off selling records. I think he was just moving records. And I guess like he probably didn't get a lot of people passing through there. Like
That's what it sounds like too. Like like, and that's what he loves it.
because
It's
he
not-
had another. You ever hear the band King Crimson? They're another. It's like same concept because they were a progressive rock band
Okay.
that made an album called "In the Court of the Crimson King," which
Okay.
now people are saying is like one of the greatest progressive rock band.
Yeah.
Whatever, but he had that one too, and the same thing. I'm like, how much for this? Like $20.
Just fucking nailing him out.
I gotta.
I'm in a time.
I don't want to say anything, but I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he knows something I don't. Whatever. I'll give you $40 for these 2 records, and then I bought a new.
Hey, buddy, I think I can't watch you do this anymore, man. I think you're just throwing money out.
Well, no. The problem was the whole time I was in there. So I was with my wife, and my son was like 1 at the time,
Yeah.
and it was her parents. We were all going down to Texas to see her. Her brother moved to Fort Worth, so we go down to see her brother. So they were like outside, like they didn't even come in. I was like, oh, let me run in here real quick, and then I see the place. I'm like, all right, I gotta get out of here.
Or we
but I'm gonna be thinking about this place for the rest of my life because it's like this little treasure trove that nobody knows about.
Oh my god. Well, that you're gonna stay another day just to.
I know.
that.
Well, we already had everything set up, but I'm like,
How long ago was this?
I'm like, babe, when can we come back to us? No, this was 3 years ago, I guess.
I think
Three
it's
and a-
time.
3.5
I think it's
years
time to go
ago.
visit.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
I always said, it's like, we ever drive back again, I'm like, I'm going to stop back in Hot Springs. We're doing another detour because I want to
Crazy.
see. But my luck, the guy won't even be there anymore or something. I don't know.
No.
In my head, I'm like, I don't even know how this guy's keeping this space. Like, what is the rent he's paying? He can't be paying the bills. Like,
No,
there's nobody
well,
in here.
I mean-
there's nobody in this town.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, right? What's the rent? The rent's probably like.
I don't know.
You know?
That was the crazy part. So, like,
Yeah.
the crazy part about the whole city was, like, a lot of the buildings were, like, abandoned and, like, but they were beautiful buildings, but, like,
No.
I guess they just couldn't get, like, the tourism or, like, people to invest money into the city.
Right.
And it sucked because it was such a cool little city, but it just felt like it was being, like, completely neglected almost,
Hot Springs.
Yeah. The Hot Springs National Park is the smallest national park in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We went there and drove. It took 3 minutes to drive through the hood.
Right.
Not joking. It's a very small park.
It's very small. About the size of a Dunkin' Donuts drive-through.
Yeah, it's really like a hill that you drive around, and then at the bottom, like where you walk on the street, they have the water comes down this waterfall, and they built like this thing that it comes into, and you can go in and touch, and it's crazy how hot the water is.
Oh,
like,
really?
like you can only put your hand in for like a couple seconds before you're like, okay, that's burning me. That's very hot water.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's really nuts. And then there's always people walking up and filling up jugs and leaving with it because it's like
Yeah,
from the
but-
earth. It's got minerals.
Right.
And stuff.
Right. It's good.
Yeah, I
Cures
don't know.
cancer.
I don't know.
As long as it's not homeless people taking showers, that's all.
No,
that
there
matters.
wasn't really that much homeless people there. It's not that big of a city. It's kind of a small city.
Not enough to support their lifestyle.
Yeah, I don't know. There wasn't. I just remember like when we were like trying to look for restaurants, there like wasn't that many restaurants you could really choose from. Like it's like, all right, you got like these 10.
Oh wow! I thought you were gonna say like 3. 10 is
No,
10's
I mean
pretty good.
it's a city. Like
It is a city? Okay.
They have a racetrack there, the horse track. It's like
Oh.
one of the biggest in America actually. So that makes up for some of their. I think it's called Oak Lawn. Is that the name of the racetrack?
Okay.
That's it's like one of the top 10 in America, and that I guess kind of brings them some revenue, I guess. But yeah, it felt like very very neglected, and I just remember I'm like, damn man, it sucks that somebody isn't coming here and investing more money, because the coolest part about it was the way the buildings looked were so cool, the architecture and everything. I was very impressed. I thought like I was just picking it as a stop just to get rest on the way.
Yeah. Yeah, right,
And it
right.
turned out to be like a cool place. But yeah, that
I mean,
record store was crazy.
He's got to sell online. There's no way.
Maybe,
You have such
I don't know.
an
He seemed
inventory.
like an older guy. I don't know. I don't know. But that actually isn't a bad idea either. Selling your revenue online and in your store.
Because it doesn't matter then. It doesn't matter where
The
your
problem with that
warehouse-
is you're competing with like Amazon at that point. So it's like, what are you
but like,
offering that they?
you have the old records. They
Oh,
don't.
like old records. I'll tell you right now, dude.
Yeah.
Selling old records online, people won't buy them.
Really?
It's very hard. You'd have to take because without being able to look at them and see
That
them,
really does,
people
okay.
don't like. That's the thing. Like when I started selling records online,
Yeah.
I put like a whole bunch of old ones, I put a whole bunch of new ones, and the new ones, the unopened ones, would go, and nobody would even put a nothing for the old ones.
I wouldn't think
But
that.
now,
Yeah.
when I do the flea market, it's the opposite. Nobody will touch the new ones. Everybody wants the old ones. But the way I price my new ones, because they're limited editions, and I don't need to get rid of them. I price them as high as I can.
Oh, okay.
So like it
Yeah,
tracks, like the website tracks, like they'll tell you like, okay, this exact limited copy
Is X amount.
the highest it's sold for
Yeah.
is this amount. I'm like, all right, I'll put that amount.
Yeah, because you don't want to sell it anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
care. I mean, not that I don't want to sell them, but I'm not in
Yeah.
a rush.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
not-
I
yeah,
don't,
right.
I don't need a fix. Like I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'll just put it for the highest, and what happens is little by little, eventually they go with the highest.
That's
I'm like, all right, I'm
crazy.
getting the most amount of money I possibly can.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But the old ones, I put them up for $1. People won't even take them on there.
That's
But
wild.
on the flea market, people,
Grab them up right away.
yeah,
Damn.
they don't even want to look at the high price ones because they're like, most people don't want, like I'm selling them to like the one guy in America.
Yeah,
Like,
right,
you know what I
right,
mean? That guy's
right.
like showing up, like
No.
the chances are crazy.
Uh-uh.
I mean, I bring them, but nobody. Sometimes I'll sell like I have like non-limited edition ones that are just unopened that are like $20, $30, and sometimes people will buy those.
Okay.
But they mainly want like the used stuff. They want because I'll do like anything that I know like is not really like a big record. People don't realize. I just put them all out there for $1.
Yeah.
And then the stuff that like I know people like
Yeah.
or like that has a name to it, I'll put like for $5. And then like the really popular ones, like if I get like a good, you know, Rolling Stones or who
Yeah.
and it's in good condition, I'll put it for like $20.
Okay. Too bad you can't do like a mystery one, like a mystery box album. Like you make 20 of them, and all of them are $10 each, and you get what you get. It's a chance. You do it by genre.
I mean, that's my favorite part about like going to a yard sale and just being like, what do you want, $50 for that? Because
Yeah.
I don't even know what's in it.
Yeah,
I come
that's-
home, it's
yeah.
like Christmas.
Yeah, yeah,
I tell
right.
people all the time, I'm like, you want to be the best birthday or Christmas gift? Go to a yard sale.
Give me a box of
You
funk.
just pick up the box,
Yeah.
give the guy whatever he wants.
yeah.
Because like I'll be down here all night. I'm like, what's next? I bought one from a guy. And the guy didn't even have it out. This guy was having like a garage sale.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I stopped. I was like, you know, I got any records? He was like, I think so. And he like goes to the back. He was like in his house in like a back closet and comes out with the bin. And I'm like, were you even selling? Did you want to? So the guy's like, I'm like, all right, what do you want for the bin?
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't want to. I'm like,
What do you want for
just
the
what do you
bin?
want for the bin? He was like, oh, 100. I was like, I'll give you 80. And then like I guess he knew like that I really wanted. He was like, 90. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll give you $90. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah,
And
fucking
that it was
hack
funny
only
because
$10.
he had a lot of good stuff and a lot of it was in good condition.
Yeah.
But he had, I don't know, and this is the thing. He didn't do this on purpose because he didn't look through it. I didn't look through it.
Okay.
He pulled it out of somewhere.
Okay.
He had 7 Black Sabbath albums empty,
Empty.
no record in them. Do you know the feeling of
Of
pulling
being
a Black
robbed
Sabbath album
and robbed.
and then going, no?
And then
7
wait, I was
times?
about to say, and then it happened 6 more fucking times to you.
I'm like, who did this? I'm like, why would you just take the whole thing?
Fucking, and the guy kept buying them. Some asshole kept stealing the same record.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the same record.
No,
It was
I
like
know.
older, but I'm like,
You
I'm
imagine
like,
he
who
found it in one sleeve.
did
just,
this?
oh.
That sometimes that happens. Like, so they'll stuff them in another one, but they weren't there. Yeah, I remember like stuffing the covers like into a garbage can. Like, I don't want to do this, but what am I gonna do? With
You can't
it?
hold on to these covers. There you go. He goes looking at his collection. 90. There's 7 of them. He had 7 album artworks.
But he did. I mean, he had. It was like a mint condition physical graffiti from Led Zeppelin. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
that is dope. That was worth it off the bat.
Yeah.
But yeah, you always get like great stuff, and you always get like different stuff too. Like,
I kind of like that idea though, like buying a crate. I like
yeah.
that idea. Of
you don't
buying
know
a
what's in
crate.
it.
You
You don't know what
what's in
they
it.
listen to.
That's such a yeah, right. You don't know. You're like, oh, that's Christmas. That's a present.
It's some of the stuff is like really hard for me to like. I don't know what to do with because like when I bought like the 10 crates off that one dude,
Yeah.
he had a crate that was all music from like Chile and like
Oh.
South American countries, and like it's not even in the system. So I'm like, is it worthless or priceless? I'm like,
Right,
I don't
right.
because I'm like nobody has it,
Yeah.
but also nobody probably even knows it exists. So I'm like,
Does it even
I'm
have
like-
a following?
yeah, I'm
Right.
like,
And who?
if
what,
it does, is it even in America? I'm like,
who
I don't
put
even
it
know
out?
how do I.
Right. Who put it out?
I'm like, where do I even? And the problem is like with that site, they don't. It's not like eBay. It's not a bidding thing. It's just like you put a price out and somebody clicks buy and it's gone. So you whatever you like. What do I start at 500? Like I don't even know. Like where do you start? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
$2,000 right off the rip. Work your way down.
yeah, it's exciting when you get one and it's like 2 have been sold ever and they both went for 300. I'm like sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is the highest?
Oh, I'm sure like you get like
Is
some
it,
of that.
is
really,
it like artwork like that? Would it be like?
No, it's probably some rare Japanese pressing of a Beatles album. They only made 5, and
It's
this
always
guy's
Japanese.
one left. No, I don't know. I'm just,
Yeah.
it's something like that. I know. Well, they do
Spitballing.
press a lot of Japanese albums for
Oh, yeah?
whatever reason. I don't know why.
Huh.
But yeah, it's probably something that you know they, and I'm sure people have paid thousands. Yeah.
Thousands.
In the thousands, I think. I mean, I don't know what the highest ever went, but
Well,
I'm
like
sure
the
it's-
round, ballpark. Like there's definitely like a tier, right? It would be like a tier of like these are.
As
think
far as me selling records,
Yeah.
the tiers don't go much higher than like $200 or $300.
That's it, really.
As far as anything that I own,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I mean that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you could get into some really rare, gems that is like only one left, and people will pay like thousands of dollars for them. But I have stuff that's worth like a couple hundred, 200 or 300, but that's like about it.
I for some reason thought it would be in the thousands, easy. I thought I just from
I
my
don't
very
know.
small window of a perception. Oh yeah,
From this past 2-hour conversation.
2,000, easy, no problem.
No, I've never sold anything.
Don't
that
sell the
high.
record,
I
sell the
don't-
art.
I think I've only even sold the most I've sold something for is like 200 maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I only paid $30 or $40 for it, so
That's a
either way
fucking-
it's a win.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they're
there's
just
not the market isn't that crazy for it, like people like it, but again, you're fighting against the internet now.
Right.
Everyone's got Spotify. It's not like
We got to shorten the supply. We have to burden the records.
well, it's not that. It's not that, but like the other thing is, I don't like. I guess technically, some of my used stuff could be worth more, and I don't know because
Okay.
I only, like I said, I only sell the new stuff.
That's
And when
true.
I'm selling the new stuff, I'm not selling to like your pool of buyers is smaller because most people who do collect records are older, so they're
Okay.
not buying newer stuff.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. Right. That makes
Like
sense.
just from going like around to records, it's a lot of like older guys.
It's
like,
it's still a hobby almost or a niche.
like yeah.
Yeah. Like
It's-
you're into it.
They're like it is kind of like a new hippie thing for young kids to
It
buy
seems
records.
that way. Well, because it's all over fucking Brooklyn.
Right. But it's those people aren't the people that I think are going to spend a lot of money. Like you know what I mean? If anyone's going to spend a lot of money, it's a guy who's 67 years old
and had it when he was a
and been
teenager.
dying to get this. He's got every other
That makes more
one.
sense.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that
Like
makes more sense.
some hipster from Williamsburg isn't going to spend $2,000 on a.
Yeah,
on a
they're
vinyl.
not.
Especially
They're
when she has it on her Spotify.
Right.
Right. I mean, that's just the way I look at it.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
it's
be
probably
wrong.
the right perspective. I mean, you're immersed into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like there's probably different avenues you could go to if you like. Somebody told me that like the Rolling Stones album I had, I forget the name of it, but it was like a rare one because they only made a certain copies and then stopped printing them because they used who they used Lucille Ball's face or something on the cover, and then they got sued for it, so they like stopped.
That's awesome. That's a
Right, but
yeah.
I don't. This is just what I've been told by a couple people. I don't know how many they actually printed before they had to stop and like change
Right.
the color. You know what I mean? They could have made 500,000. I don't know. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right, but that would be a case where that would be worth.
Right, something like that. You get like something rare like that, right? Like because
Right.
they'll make like alternate covers or a cover for one special country, and they only sent 100 to that country. And
Yeah, there it
one,
is. That's the
and-
rare.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what you're looking at as far as the ones that go into the thousands. I mean, you're not gonna find a new record
Yeah.
worth that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right,
Like,
right. There and
You got to be looking for something.
and again, what's the market? Who's listening? Who's buying their music that way?
Well, you're talking about to sell something. It's got to be at an auction somewhere, and that
Yeah.
auction had to be advertised and put out to the right
And that-
communities.
right,
And
the
then the auction's
buyers-
taking a third of whatever you're making, right?
It's terrible. It's fucking
I
terrible.
mean, that's the thing about the auctions. Like everyone's like, oh, the auctions, like
You think it's a niche, but they're taking a percent.
they're taking a percentage, but they're also doing all the legwork.
Yeah, that's true. You're
I
just
mean,
showing
they're
up.
finding your buyers is what
Yeah,
they're doing. You know,
yeah,
they
sure.
have all the connects. They're the middleman. They're taking a third. You know.
Yeah, yeah. It's service. You're paying for their service.
That's what people would like flip out when they watch that show. You ever watch that some porn stars? Or
Yeah,
people would go
yeah.
there, but it's like, dude, they're selling it for you.
Yeah. You're not selling it to a buyer. You're selling it
Yeah,
to
that guy's
another
not collecting.
seller
He's not putting it in his house.
Yeah.
That guy's finding the guy.
for you and
Yeah,
holding it.
yeah.
You're welcome, asshole. You hold it.
Yeah. All right, do it yourself. See how much you get.
You never get it.
No, what are you?
Never get it.
At a garage sale? What are you gonna
Never.
sell it? Where are you gonna sell
It'd
it?
be online. You
You
still
can put it
never
on
get
eBay, but the problem with buying shit on eBay is nobody believes that it's real or it's whatever. You're taking it to this guy. He's first of all, he's bringing a guy in and telling you it's either real or not for free. You could go home after that.
True. Yeah, that's true. I love that show.
Oh, it's a great show, but people are like, oh, it's such a ripoff. They take so much money. I'm like, they're doing all the work. All you're doing is bringing it to them.
Lazy piece of shit.
They're telling you what it could be worth. You like, and they explain that. They're like, listen, that's at an auction. where
Yeah,
they're
right,
gonna
right.
Take that much
This
money.
is the setting.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
You're
God.
not getting that money back. But yeah, people are like, no, then I'll just keep it. It's like, all right, fine, then just keep it. Like, what do you? You're not going to get the full value unless it goes to auction. They take a third at the auction.
Well, that's the
like,
thing, right? They go, "Oh, I'm gonna be like, no, wait, I'll give you what you want," you know?
The guy's like, I'm not going to take a loss on it for you. Like, what do I care? I get it. I mean, like, it's cool to have something in your shop, but like, it makes sense. Like, I don't know. I just never understood why people are so mad that they like tried to make money. I'm like, that's their business.
Yeah,
Like, you're giving them something to sell.
because they don't understand. They
You
don't
can
understand.
pawn it if you want.
Yeah, they don't even know what that is. They're so thrown off by the whole thing. They're just like, give me the full amount, what I paid for.
Yeah, yo, you just said it was 10 grand. I want 10 grand. It's like, yeah, okay. What am I getting out of this?
Yeah, a handshake. I get to meet you.
I don't want this.
You wanted it. It's what you have it. Oh shit.
Yes.
So what albums we got here? What is this?
All right, so this is pretty. Oh, you know what? Another album I gotta get. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
So if you ever listen to Tyler the Creator, so I put these two guys in the same.
These two.
Yeah. So,
Which album is this?
Call Me If You Get Lost. I think it's like an alternate cover.
Okay.
So the whole thing with these two guys, what I try to point out, is these are two guys who took hip hop in a new direction,
Okay.
and it's very different. Like, it's very hard to explain because when I first started listening to Tyler, I first started listening to Danny Brown.
Okay.
I couldn't get past it. I'm like, this is too crazy. This isn't hip hop anymore.
Right.
And now I'm like, these guys are geniuses. They've changed the way I'm listening to hip hop and music in general. They're doing all these different things.
I'm
Like,
surprised
it's
Tyler the
very-
Creator. I am. I'm surprised. That's how you view him.
Oh yeah, I think he's great. I mean, like it's funny though because he can't. What do they call that? The Odd Future was the name of the group. I think it was called.
Is that what he was from?
Odd Future. So Odd Future was the group. It was him, Earl Sweatshirt, Domo Genesis was the other guy, and
Okay.
somebody else.
I don't know anything about this.
Oh yeah, so that
Yeah.
they're California based
Okay.
group. They came out. They were a group Odd Future. They were putting out mixtapes and albums and all that, and then they started doing solo stuff where Tyler was putting out his stuff and Earl Sweatshirt was putting out his stuff. Earl Sweatshirt and him styles completely different. It's crazy. So Earl Sweatshirt, I think I put one of his albums in here too, right? Yeah. So if you ever listen to Earl Sweatshirt stuff, his style is completely different. His is more like Khan. So when you listen to him, you'll that kind of
It will come out.
yeah, you'll that style of like talking monotone kind of like more simplistic, but good beats, but more simplistic
Right.
type of stuff. That's his style. These guys are like off the charts all over the place. Danny Brown. There's another guy. You ever hear the guy? See, that's like the step above where I can't go. Right? Like there's this guy JPEG Mafia. You ever the JPEG Mafia guy?
Yeah.
I can't like something. I just can't push. So it's funny because I became a huge Danny Brown fan. I couldn't get into the JPEG Mafia. Something like this is too crazy. It's like glitch hop, like all over the place. And I'm like,
Right.
he does an album with JPEG Mafia called Scaring the Hose.
Oh.
Dude, and I remember how pissed I was like, oh, I did an album with JPEG Mafia.
Like, what a waste.
Dude, I heard the album. I was like, it took maybe like 2 listens to it, and I'm like, this album is amazing.
Really?
I'm like, yeah,
Turned
it's
you like
crazy.
that? Turned you that quick?
So no, I still don't really listen to JPEG Mafia, but I appreciate the collaboration.
Okay.
It sounded very good. I do appreciate the collaboration. Denzel Curry has kind of like, I guess, his style is very easy to get into. You'll probably like this more off the bat
Okay.
than anything else.
Okay.
It's not too abstract or experimental, but he's got a lot of almost everything he does now is really amazing. He's really good. He's one of the top guys of today, I would say.
Wow.
Freddie Gibbs, it's funny because that's what I was talking about before. He's like the epitome of gangster rap. Like
Right.
he's really good, but you're not getting any content out of it. Like you know what you're gonna get.
Okay.
You know, it's like listening to the clips or anything else. You know, you know what you're getting. But he
Yeah,
did this with
damn.
Matt. You know who Madlib is, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's him and Madlib. Him and Madlib did that, and Pinata was the first album. Absolutely destroyed on those 2 albums, and then he's got 2 albums with Alchemist, Alfredo and Alfredo 2, which are both awesome too. So if you ever get into Freddie Gibbs, I mean the thing about this is his style with those beats is just phenomenal.
I think
like
I'm gonna
really
really
phenomenal.
like this. They had a bunch.
You're I mean you're definitely gonna like
Yeah, I
it.
think I'm gonna really
That
like
I
this.
know you're gonna like. That I know you're gonna like. These might take time.
Yeah.
That if you like the Ka album, you'll like that. That's that same type of style.
That same type of flow.
Yeah. Actually, did I not buy? Maybe I didn't. I thought I had a different album by him. Oh, I did buy it. This one. This is actually his best album.
This one?
Yeah. Some rap songs. That's his best album.
Some rap songs.
That album is ridiculous. I mean, that one's good too. This one, I think he had more commercial hits on. Oh, it doesn't give you the track listing on the back, right? This is one of the limited copies or whatever. But yeah, you got to get these 2. Like, it'll take a few listens.
Yeah.
But they're pretty nuts. I think he's got. Doesn't Kendrick have a song on here? Yeah.
On
Really
that
dope.
one?
Yeah. Yeah, Kendrick did one of the tracks. Really though. That's
I see you got Killer Mike on this one. Killer Mike.
Yeah,
Pusha T.
I mean, he's Run the Jewels now, man. I mean, Run the Jewels is on everything.
So cool.
Yeah, I got a
And
couple Run the
Pat.
Jewels albums.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you might not.
Be Real. I like Be Real.
Oh yeah, Be Real's good.
Damn.
I saw Cypress Hill live a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, somebody was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy tickets to this. You want to come?" And we were all like, "Yeah, let's go. Who cares?"
They
Check
had
that
a
out.
that's actually fucking awesome. I'm sure they put on a great performance. Cypress Hill. I love so many of their songs. Actually, they crack me up. I mean, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good smoking songs.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's.
I
mean, it's they didn't.
Did you ever see that documentary?
No.
Oh.
Well, you're a big documentary guy, huh?
I enjoy it. I think I am. Yeah. Now that you're saying it, yeah.
You've mentioned at least 4 different documentaries.
Yeah, I mean,
already.
like, cause I love it.
Yeah.
I love it all. I just dig it. If I find something that just makes sense. There was I believe he's a tattoo artist. Tune. Did you ever hear of him? I believe that was his name. I think it's Tune.
Sounds familiar.
He was like he did. He's done a bunch of pieces throughout, but like I'm pretty sure like he would jump in for interviews for Cypress Hill because at the time there weren't too many Spanish guys on TV. So like if one of the guys wasn't there, he would jump in and just be a member and no one could tell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of wild actually.
Wow.
That but yeah, I'm Cypress Hill. I mean, like they had that joint with Method Man, Cisco Kid. You know that song? Method Man, Cypress Hill, Cisco Kid.
No.
Oh, you got
On what album?
I think it was actually
One of the earlier ones?
Yeah, I don't know. The first time I heard it was How High, the movie How High.
Oh, so then it was probably on I mean, it was probably on the How High soundtrack.
I think that's where
Yeah.
it might. I
'Cause
mean,
they
it's
had their own
definitely on there.
soundtrack for that.
Yeah, which was great
I
in
think.
itself. But yeah, nah, I'm all about it. Oh man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
we gotta wrap this up.
Gotta wrap it up.
It's late.
It is late.
It's late, and we've. I feel like I've been up for days.
Oh, do you really? You don't show. You seem pretty level.
Yeah. Well, I had to pull it together. No. Yeah. I mean, what did I work? I worked a crazy amount. I think I worked.
You said you were trying to though.
No. I was. I think I worked Wednesday night, Thursday day, Friday day, up and down Saturday, Sunday night, Monday day.
Oh, so a full-time job, essentially. With holy shit.
A lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
I was, but now I'm on vacation now. Today's my last tour. That's
Beautiful thing. Well
Yeah.
deserved. Oh, Ben, this was great.
So it's fun, right?
This was
It's not
great.
bad.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
good
all.
time.
I could
Same
definitely.
time next week.
100. Yeah, listen. Honestly,
Dude, I tell everybody this because everyone's like, "Yo, this is so much fun."
Yeah.
I'm like, "All right, let's set up another one." And then
I think
4 months go by, and it's.
I think once a month. Once a month, because that seems realistic. You know.
Yeah, no, once a week would be crazy. But yeah, no.
Once a month, I definitely have a ton more albums that we could do this with. This this is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do this
Sign
forever.
me up. Yeah, right. Yeah. Hence,
I've got a lot more albums we could do, but but that's the whole reason why I let the guests pick everything, because it's like
yeah.
I have a million to pick. Like I'll let you pick,
So this
and
way
then
we can,
I'll go based off that, because it's like it's too wide variety for me to pick something.
and then I can
And especially because I listen to everything, and you probably only listen to like a certain amount of genres. Like,
Agreed,
a lot of
right.
people, I only listen to metal and
Right.
rock. I only listen to hip hop. Everyone's got like their own, like, I can't listen to this genre. I can't listen to this genre. So I can't really pick anything. I'll let you pick, and then we kind of go from there. I
Nice.
don't like, the idea is to kind of like get people into music they haven't heard yet. So that's
check
kind
it
of
out.
like my whole thing.
I like it.
Okay.
This was awesome.
It's a fun time, man.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks,
Appreciate
man.
it.